Hello everybody and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. I'm a fucking D&D sex icon, alright? And welcome back everybody to another episode of Tomb of Annihilation. This is episode 8 of the show. Holy mackerel, and we're all still here. Well, aside from Josh, who is currently moving house at the moment, but as we like to say here, fuck him. Let's go around the cast and crew, figure out who we are and who we are playing today. The start of our Dungeon Master for tonight, Grimjack21502. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing well, man. That is the most hyped I have ever heard the intro come in, man. I mean, that is absolutely insanity and cocaine fueled, man. I love it. That's awesome. Okay.
Guess what I had for lunch today?
Insanity and cocaine, right? Yeah. Watsy partner, buddy. Canada. Right. Grimjack21502 on Twitch and Twitter, and I'm your DM for this evening. I have one simple request. My 9 trickster gods, who we may see more of this episode, but my 9 trickster gods in chat, I have one thing and one thing only. Help me kill somebody today.
Not in character, in real life, please.
Right. Help me design a murderer. Yes.
That's it. Fantastic. Well, let's get out of the way, everybody. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great, especially now that I saw the tweet and how you misspelled my name, and now I'm unmade.
God damn it! I'm not. Oh, god damn it, guys! I'm not a Twitter guru anymore. I am not a Twitter guru.
Not a Twitter sex icon.
You're an unmading. You're unmade. Unmade Ming. Ming Lee.
So in fact,
unmade Ming.
Voice one more time.
A resplendent offering.
The voice for what?
I'm unmade Ming the Merciless. So he can step in.
And do Ming?
Gordon's alive.
Oh, Gordon's alive. Christ.
Gordon's alive? Baron.
That's super funny to me.
So I'm doing well now that I am an intergalactic overlord. I went from a lowly lich lord to now beholder's level, so I'm pretty great. I came back from PAX Unplugged. I am still riding the high from that, which is awesome, and I am streaming from my home away from home here at my friend's house, ready to rock and roll, and hopefully not be the one the trickster gods choose to kill, because they blessed me so hard last week.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's true. Actually, you guys are pretty merciful towards Mike for some strange reason. I think maybe pitied him. maybe it's pity. I'm not sure. Excellent. We'll have Myth-O-Matic with us today. How you doing, Myth?
Hey, how's it going? So happy to be here. Excited to play. Excited to play.
Play with Ming.
I'm super excited to play with Ming. It's been too long.
Ming's a great guy.
Yep.
Great streamer. Myth, who are you going to be playing tonight?
I'm going to be playing Alazar. Alazar is an old geezer, as well as an old, I guess, how is it, a wizard of enchantment, I think, or arcane or something. Anyway, he's a man who doesn't quite remember much of his own background, as much as his own spell book. He seems to have lost it and is trying to uncover the spells and also uncover his past.
Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. The rivalry between Alazar and Volo is the single greatest thing about this campaign and why I'm here tonight. Excellent. We have Strider Heap back with us tonight. How you doing, Strider?
If you die in the game, you die for real.
That's it.
Ming, is that you?
That was Unmade Ming.
Unmade Ming, sorry, yeah.
Unmade Ming.
Talk to me about Rurik.
Rurik is the most noble, holy paladin who shall smite all evil. And last episode, he found his father, which looks nothing like him and is in fact a completely different race. But I get to hopefully do some emotional role-playing and hopefully not have to put in that much emotion.
We're not going to ask you about your father.
No, we're gonna
breeze right over that.
We're all blokes here. We're not gonna talk about our feelings. We're gonna repress them and move on.
Yep.
So last episode he died anyway. New shit.
For glory. Yes. Well, fantastic. As for myself, I'll be playing.
Combat?
Yeah, right. I'll be playing Grub, the half-orc barbarian, and he's got a bit of a visual impairment, which means that he wears glasses some of the time, and some of the time he doesn't. Exactly when he does and doesn't is up to the tricksy gods themselves, to be honest. He is a barbarian, so he does like to hit things occasionally, and I will be murdering Rurik's father so that we don't have to talk about our feelings. So that's who I'll be playing tonight. Before we dive into the recap, before we dive into today's episode, I'll remind you guys how to interact with today's show. Yes, that's right, interact with today's show. Damn it, there's not a segment. I could play that. That'd be great. Let's see. Interaction. If you don't follow the show, hit that follow button and join us. 20 followers, you guys get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. We're one away from now. There is a tweet for you guys. I've given you all an extensive lesson on how to use Twitter. Retweet that tweet. Don't quote it. You guys know the difference now. And we'll get more retweets and more shit happening. And of course, you can donate to affect the game as well. You can fuck with us. You can give players net 1s, net 20s, wild magic surges, and of course, tavern drinks this month with a varying array of terrible and good effects upon them. Other than that, though, I will hand over to Mr. Grimjack21502 for our quick recap as to what happened last time.
What happened last time on Tomb of Annihilation? Well, the group was traveling to the ruins of Mesro, searching for the Order of the Gauntlet in hopes of getting Rorik to his father and perhaps procuring their services in the overthrow of the enemy that's located and working the Soulmonger somewhere in Chult. They lost a newly acquired zombie cleric named Sid during a battle with two fearsome and grotesque creatures. They encountered a jungle area that was frozen for some inexplicable reason. They also discovered that their passenger Tyrek was none other than Volothamp Gadarm, world-renowned author and master of everything. Volo insisted he was on a special mission from the Harpers and needed to speak with the commander of the Order of the Gauntlet. They paddled their asses into Mesro. They encountered Artist Cimber and Dragonbait fleeing from a herd of T-Rexes. A battle ensued. One T-Rex fell and the rest of them ran, only to be encountered by a very large and spiny earthen T-Rex and a massive tentacled, thick and veiny creature from inside the canals of the Sundered City. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. They agreed to help Artist Cimber return the real Mesro, which was apparently hiding in a demiplane, by activating 4 obelisks in the city. Now, these obelisks would also allow a rift to open and transport them in the same direction and place that the Order of the Gauntlet and the Flaming Fist went, presumably to get closer to the enemy and the controller of the Soulmonger. And then to further the ritual, Artist Cimber and Dragonbait were going to complete it and bring the real Mesro back to this plane. They briefly searched the College of Magic in Mesro before activating the first of their 2 obelisks. They rushed to the second only to discover an apparent cult preparing to sacrifice a dwarf on a pyre, which just so happened to be wrapped around the final obelisk. Upon inspection, they realized that the dwarf was none other than Niles Breakbone, father of Rorik. After defeating the cultists, a woman appeared wearing the same manner of dress as the cultists, and she recognized Alizar. Now, to pick up where we are, a little theater of the mind for everyone. Rorik, you are at your father's side. Volo is beside you. He has just helped to put out the fires that were consuming your father. However, your father, Niles Breakbone the dwarf, is gaunt. He appears to be afflicted with the same disease that has been taking so many of the realm's inhabitants, the death curse. He appears in the final stages of it. His once robust and round face is sunken, the eyes, the cheeks. He's little more than a skeleton, but the same eyes, those same sunken eyes, are bright to see his only son before him. As far as Hezekiah, Grob, and Alizar are concerned, you have just dispatched or watched and helped dispatch the cultists and the fighters that were surrounding the pyre that were ushered off, torn to pieces by the herd of raptors that were summoned by Rorik. The woman appeared, and I think I popped her up in roll 20. She is a nasty-looking lady, and as she kind of appears out of an alleyway, a large black obsidian void-like ball creeps from the rooftops of one of the broken cities here in the Sundered City, and it comes down and floats beside her as she looks over, squints, nods at Alizar, and as she said last week, and we will begin now, "You're still alive? Oh, I thought for certain you had fallen against the Lich God. No matter. Your head will still fetch a high price in the halls of House Karanok." And we need to roll some initiative.
I also have 4 wild magic surgeries from River. Thanks, Ed. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate that. The first of which, I will know, all of my belongings have been stolen by a vengeful... Oh, I know. All my... Oh, this is good. All of my belongings were stolen from a vengeful wizard. So I stole everything I own from Alazar. Everything I have ever owned comes from Alazar.
Right. How did you get those glasses?
No, never, nope.
Yes, at this point,
glasses?
yeah, Alazar, you realize those glasses seem more familiar to you than they did 10 seconds ago. And River, stop doing that. Okay.
Also, I appear to be standing upon... No, I am standing upon what appears to be my own grave, which is very good news.
Oh, good. What a good combat.
Oh, look, it's
off the bat?
It's my actual grave.
I mean, that's really convenient, Will, since, we're about to die anyway.
That's this is perfect. I just jump right in. Thanks, River. 5, 3...
Scrooge McDuck in there.
It is... oh, shit! Target can speak with 1 corpse per week, but it lies to him. I can talk to myself in my grave when I'm dead, and I'll lie to myself with shadow glasses. Yeah, and then 1622. This is ridiculous. 1622. Oh fuck! I teleport to exactly where I was standing an hour ago.
Oh shit!
Bye guys, gotta go.
Which is your grave?
Which is my grave? Yeah, that'll be.
That is fantastic.
Greg, please teleport him into a grave that was dug for him.
Oh, I got it. We're gonna start with everybody else. Will, go ahead and roll initiative if you haven't already.
I got it.
So I
Yeah.
can put you in. Okay.
Got a 14.
Nicey.
Got 10.
Oops, if I want. Okay.
Dear.
So from Myth, who's at the bottom?
So I steal all of Alazar's things. A grave suddenly appears above me. I can speak to corpses, and I teleport.
What could go wrong?
I was like, what the fuck has just happened to me?
Right. Okay. You're Will. What did you get? A 14?
14. It's like sneezing
Okay.
and farting at the same time. That Grub's just done.
Right. Okay. So Rorik. It's Hezekiah, Rorik, Grub.
Right.
Okay. Got you guys. Okay. Good. Hezekiah.
Got you guys.
You are faced with what I told you, and just as you are about ready to, you see the woman. You see that she has taken an aggressive posture. That she is in fact going to attack. And just as you kind of turn, Grob is at your side, and he winks out of existence.
With a wink.
Yeah, that is inconvenient.
And one of the corpses of the men that are standing there sits up straight and points to where Grob was, and he goes, "I can still see him!" And he drops to the ground.
That was also very strange.
I can.
It wasn't as strange as you not being a dwarf as your father was. Anyway, Greg, how high up is this dwarf Rorik chained?
He's just like above. I mean, Rorik can stand and be eye to eye with him. He's just.
Could I take his hand and put it on one of the black spots on the obelisk?
I tell you what. You mean as he's tied up?
Yeah.
If you roll a strength check, I will allow you to pull his arms free. How's
That's
that?
also 20 followers, Greg. So viewer decision at some point.
Viewer decision. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, because we just had something terrible happen to Grob's going to need a little bit of help. And this is where I'm just going to be slightly benevolent, and I'm going to allow the trickster gods to come up with this. Grob is going to find a magic weapon. Now, this has to be a melee weapon. Don't give him a sling or something like that. But what kind of weapon would he find? And it has to be magic. Think outside the box. Think garden tools, carpentry. Go for it. Run with it.
Run with it.
All right, so, Greg, I am going to spend my nat 20
There you go.
for a feat of strength here to, as quickly as possible, place the Dwarfrix's arm on one of the black dots while summoning my ghostly thieving mage hand and putting it on the one adjacent to it and putting my 2 hands on the other 2 blocks, thus completing the ritual that we only had 10 minutes to complete.
Okay, fantastic. So as you're able to do this, you yank one of his skeletal arms up, and as you place it palm first against one of the circles right beside his head, it takes him a second. He pulls off for a second, realizes what you're doing, and leaves it there. As your mage hand floats in, and you're not going to pull his other hand out? And
no, just the one hand. I got 3 hands myself. I needed 1.
Okay, so you sprint around to the blind side of the obelisk. You slap your 2 hands on there, and nothing happens.
Damn it. I look immediately to Alizar and say, "This isn't working quite as well as I had hoped. Please help."
What? What's not working?
The ritual. We have, I assume, like around 2 or 3 minutes. I don't have a sundial watch on.
You have 5 rounds to complete the ritual, and it takes 2 rounds to do so.
It appears as though we have about 5 rounds to complete this ritual, and it takes about.
All right, click the vote, boys.
Let's go.
The hell is a round?
I don't know. I don't understand. I'm just muttering words that I'm hearing inside my head.
Right. Very well. I do that as well. Fish. Spoon.
I'll wait. and I place my hands on top of it there.
Liquid soap. Charcoal.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. You have 3 of the 4 completed. Rorik, you have seen what has gone on here. You have a couple choices to you, but to complete the ritual, another hand needs to go onto the circle that the mage hand is currently floating over.
The mage hand isn't enough to do the ritual? Oh, okay, I see.
Right, so it seems as if we need to have 2 hands, yeah.
Obnoxiously loud, he's going to scream, "Father, don't worry, we'll get you down." Then quietly, he's going to whisper, "Alizar, what's the big sphere?"
What?
The woman's big sphere, what is it?
We don't have time for that, so we have to try to get this thing done, yeah.
Rorik, that is an absolutely personal question.
It's a very good question, but it's also one that we have the time to answer later. We don't have much time now.
And now he suddenly seems more interested in trying to get this ritual done.
All right, there we go.
Rurik's going to throw a hunter's mark silently up on the woman standing there. No, Alizar. And then he'll throw his hand up where the mage hand is.
Okay, so you're placing like your offhand and pulling because you still had your sword out when you charged in. So I'm assuming that you're keeping sword in hand, drop the shield, offhand on the.
His shield's put away. He has a 2-handed sword. He isn't going to use it. So yeah, just sword in right hand, left hand up on the obelisk.
Okay. Alrighty, as soon as Rorik places his hand on the spot formerly occupied by the mage hand, the runes begin to fire up along the obelisk, doing that spiral curvy thing they did before. Those of you that noticed before also noticed that, in fact, that triangular appearance, that blaze, the one that you saw on the zombies and reflected in the jewel of Sid's forehead, wraps up around there, and it's one of several symbols that kind of light up in this cuneiform type of hieroglyphics on the side of this as it pulses with a blue light. And at that point, let's go to Grob. Grob,
hello.
You pop up in the College of Wizardry. Even though you weren't there a full hour, you guys got there pretty close to this. So you're right outside the College of Wizardry, which is, a good dash away from where they currently are. It would take you several rounds to get there, but as you're standing there, you realize you're standing on top of something, and you look down and there's a mound of dirt.
Oh.
And upon inspection, a hand shoots up from the dirt and grabs hold of Grob's ankle, and coming out kind of like a reverse Homer Simpson, as it peels out into, you see the face of Shadow Grob as he spits dirt out of his face, and he goes,
"Enough all this. I think it's my turn to lead."
No, don't think it is, actually.
And
your turn.
he attacks you. He tries to grapple you, so
Damn it.
with an With an 11, he's grabbing at your legs as he's trying to pull at you. It is your turn, and Shadow Grob will be going on your turn since you're in a separate little hell of your own. And you need to resist that if you'd like.
Is it athletics or just strength?
Athletics will be fine.
All right. Shit.
No, you're able to jump out of it, so...
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's contested, so you're able to pull away, and he pulls himself the rest of the way up, and he pulls a wicked-looking, and we'll figure out what it is in a second.
So I'm pretty sure it's a magic ham shank.
A magic ham shank?
Oh,
Yeah.
they used my idea. Thank you, Chad.
He pulls out a magic ham shank.
No.
Whatever the hell that is.
No.
Strider, what is a magic ham shank?
It is cut from a magic pig. It is the
so
hind
it's a
leg.
piece
I
of
thought it was-
Hind leg. He's holding the bone, but there's a big magical, non-rotting.
You were thinking
I'm
a
just
ham
making-
shiv.
Oh, right. I was thinking of some
I was
type
thinking.
of, like, paring knife.
I was thinking shank as in a shank. Yeah. Okay. Like a shank.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
so
making
I
this
think-
shit up as I go, man. Whatever you want.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so
We have too
very
much British
similar
slang,
to
damn it.
yeah, in Curse of Strahd, isn't there the thigh bone of Saint? What's her name?
Sure.
It's a weapon.
Andrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say yeah.
I shouldn't know that.
Okay, so that's what you're looking at here, Will. You see what is a large thigh femur ham unit.
Ham unit.
A hammy ham
It's a whole
unit.
unit of them.
That
It's a whole
is-
squadron right here. It's a platoon.
It looks thick enough to wield with confidence.
Yeah.
And it's got
She thick. She thick.
right,
Yeah.
right. It's almost too thick if you can.
Really?
Right, and it's got a large head on it that's mushroomy in design, and it's kind of capped in metal and
But-
covered in runes.
But yielding to the touch.
Thick
Right.
ham unit.
I'm not even sure if you could fit your mouth around it.
You could try. You
I
should
know,
probably try.
but I know I want to try.
Has a certain spongy texture.
And 10 minutes in,
Again, you did this.
I didn't do anything. You guys infer terrible things from my flowery and descriptive language. Okay, so you see him wield this thick and veiny, meaty shank as he comes up and stands and squares off
Oh.
against you. That'll be the end of that round. But as we go back to the others, as they're fighting this redhead that has appeared, you see her do two things. She smiles. Actually, does three things. She smiles.
Blushes.
You see the black orb begin to move across the street towards your group. It does not make it all the way. And you also see her begin to cast a spell. As soon as the spell is done, one of the corpses, the one that had pointed towards the departing Grob, rises, picks up its weapon, and begins to creep towards you all. Alazar, what would you like to do, sir?
Oh my lord. I think I'm gonna try to complete the ritual.
Okay, there are 4 hands currently on it. You could replace someone's hand if you'd like. Kind of do a
it's already
Indiana
been,
Jones
it's already
slide.
being done. I feel like I'm more useful touching the rock than fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Who's touching it right now? We got Rurik?
Yeah, Rorik's touching it. You can.
And Hezekiah?
Hezekiah's on the blind side. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go find Hezekiah and be like, get over here, you go do something. And then I try to like scoot him off as if he was like a bunch of birds on my car. Get out of here! And then I throw my hands up on the obelisk.
You're gonna invent a car and then have birds on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm doing conjure car.
Okay, so you slide your hands kind of under his, and the ritual is not broken. As soon as you as long as there is a life force presence there, both of the spots, it continues to fire up the runes. That completes the first round of combat and the first round of activation for the runes. Hezekiah, you are free, and we are at the top of the round.
Cool. How close is this woman to us?
She is a good 30 feet away from you.
That is inconveniently far away.
She's right across the street, but the glowing black death orb is within 10 feet.
Okay. Describe to me this glowing black death orb? Does it look scary? Would I be afraid of it?
Well, it's like a perfect sphere
Okay.
of utter blackness,
Yeah.
and occasionally it has like purple or blue arcane lightning bolts kind of going around the outside of it, intermittently.
And it's just slowly moving towards everybody.
Yeah, and there's a hum associated with it. So as it's moving towards you, this hum, this as it gets, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get both of those layer.
I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'm going to go ahead and green flame blade this lady. I'm going to run over to her with my feet, and I'm going to attack her with my rapier. No sneak attack. Does a 28 hit?
A 28 will hit, sir.
All right. So here's some rapier damage.
Big roller.
She takes 14.
Wow.
And here's some green flame. She also takes 7 damage. And nothing's within 5 feet of her, so nothing else takes damage. So she takes a total of numbers. How do those work? 21.
21 damage.
21.
21.
And then
Very nice.
This lady? What does she have on her? What can I perceive just?
What's her deal?
On about her person at this exact moment.
What's she wearing?
What's she wearing? Does she look nice? Is she?
Get me on
What's she
money.
thinking about?
Yeah. Like
Does she have a wedding ring?
As someone who uses magic, at least secretively, does she have what looks to be some manner of arcane focus on her person?
I'll tell you what. Allow you to roll a Arcana check as like your bonus action.
Who is her daddy, and what does he do?
I have so many windows. Arcana.
He's a butcher.
What is it?
Specializes in ham shanks.
Ham shanks, yeah.
23 on Arcana.
She does not appear to have any type of focus associated with her. And in fact, if you were a betting man, you would think that she perhaps maybe draws her magic from a divine sphere as opposed to one of the arcane arts.
Oh, okay. And I'm not good with religion, but that makes sense to me.
But you are a betting man.
But I am a betting man, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, yeah, that's how I end my turn. I gently place my green flame blade inside of her, and then make fire shoot out of it.
Okay, so how do you do that? I mean, you just running up and stabbing the shit out of her?
Oh yeah, I see her with her doing something. This orb appeared and is moving towards us. It looks menacing.
This escalated.
Quickly get pushed away from Alizar, and in the confusion and bumblingness that is Alizar, he's going to dip around the obelisk and just sort of dash elegantly towards her and stab her in her midriff.
1 second it's like, hey Greg, what does she look like? The next, I stab her in the heart.
Right. Well, that's Dungeons and Dragons, man. That's if somebody's gonna make a T-shirt, that's the line. What's she look like? I kill her.
I kill her.
To be fair, because I'm a rogue trickster, I can steal with my mage hand as a bonus action, which is exactly what I was trying to do.
Steal her heart.
Yes. Will, how did you? Steal her arcane.
Classic Ming.
Classic Hezekiah.
Okay, so as you come in, you're able to kind of get beneath her armor.
Classic Ming. They said meme. Oh, that's what.
Yes, somebody make a meme with Hezekiah dressed like Ming. Bald head.
Please, someone. I know there's a lot of artists in the community. Please do that.
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of Hezekiah.
No, just artist impression. I'd like to see what they get for Hezekiah as Ming, right? Yeah, so you're able to slip your rapier in as you like kind of dance across the street. You see it gauge up underneath the ribs as it glances across, and you see a stain of red go across her white dress as she grips to the side and really doesn't take her focus off of Alizar as he's ducked behind the obelisk, but you've gained enough of her attention to see exactly what it is. Or she sees exactly what you are. Rorik, you are part of the circuit at this point. What would you like to do?
Rurik is the shield with Odell's family crest on it, and he's going to, and he hasn't taken the shield out. It's right on his back, so he just has his back completely facing this humming orb in case it comes crashing into him. He'd rather have it hit there. He's going to take a ready to action, I think, to jump out of the way or help. So if this is going to crash into someone else, he'll probably stick a hand out and try to heal them or do something. If that's
At
Not
this
too
point,
vague.
Right, at this point, when you are kind of gathering and figuring out what you're going to do while you keep your hand there, all of a sudden you feel a hand, it's soft and supple, kind of slip underneath yours and take your spot. And all of a sudden, blinking into existence is Volothamp Godarm as he stands there and he says,
I can't let him do all the work. You'll be the hero of some type of story.
and he is taking your spot.
Volo, you're surprisingly soft and supple.
That's what they all say.
Okay, well then.
Because he's never worked a day in his life.
Except at being a bestseller.
Well then, I take that back if Volo's taking my spot. I'm gonna show you guys a little Vengeance Paladin magic. First off, I'm going to Misty Step to directly behind this woman.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I'm going to, from straight behind, as Hezekiah's stabbing her front, I'm going to attack. Make sure I click my magic wand.
There is a
you Brutus,
softball
huh?
flying through the air, and I am not going to swing at it.
Yeah, right.
I'm just going to let it
Just
pass.
let that one go.
Right.
Hey man, I never said Rurik was smart.
Okay, buddy, so did you... Misty... Ooh, the great sword of Heronius does in fact hit. Give me some damage, buddy.
Okay, well, 11 on that, and then I get to roll a Smitey Smite check,
Hot dog.
because Paladin Smitey Smite. 11 plus 12, so that's another 23, or a total of 23, I think.
Has Grob seen this woman before, Greg?
Has Grob seen this woman before?
Yeah.
Not that he can remember, no.
Good.
You do get 2 attacks, don't you, Rorik?
Oh, totally forgot.
Sure do.
Last time I will remind you.
23, and if that's a hit, 10 more damage.
Nice.
There you go. Nice. So you come through, appear behind her in the Misty Step tradition of blinking in and out of existence. As you appear behind her, you throw up a slash to her back. A slash to, yeah, you vomit after the transportation. And as you stand there, let's see. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
13, because that's what I do best. I fail Constitution saving throws.
Okay, you take 4 damage as the ending of the Misty Step spell ends within this woman's space. And you feel yourself kind of get half nauseous. In fact, maybe you do almost feel like throwing up as you throw up your sword and throw it back down. But you don't. It does, however, give you 4 points of damage as this kind of, I don't know, necromantic magic kind of seeps into your soul whenever you're close to her.
I like to imagine he actually vomited the sword up and cut himself on the way, and that's how he did the damage.
Dude, this is an anime. I vomited up my sword. I teleported right behind her. This is anime Rurik.
Sure, yes, you got her. That's how it happened.
Yes,
Yeah,
big
Dungeons and
kawaii
Dragons is
eyes.
not a heroic system.
No.
Not at all. It's completely realistic.
Okay, so do you have anything else you would like to do, Rorik, as you are now standing behind her and you and Hezekiah are encircling this woman?
Yeah, it does. Do I instantly recognize anything off of her? Like a religious symbol or anything like that?
Make a perception check for me.
My religion check would have been higher.
Nope. Yeah. No, I mean, you don't notice anything kind of that would seem to be a holy symbol or anything that kind of is in relief on her armor or anything like that. You don't catch a glimpse of anything.
Rurik doesn't pay much attention, so.
Right, he's got other things on his mind. Okay, so we cut back to Grob, who is now staring at his shadow self. Prime Grob and Shadow Grob toe-to-toe for the second time in as many days. Grob looks at you, and Shadow Grob looks at you and says,
We can't have all this. One of us has to take charge.
Well, I took charge the other day. Looks like
I don't like that.
Well, then we'll just have to vote on it.
I vote with this.
and I'd like you to swing an attack at yourself.
Great.
Will.
Great.
I hate to make you do this, man. If you tell me what your pluses are to attack,
That's fine. It's a 26. I hit myself.
you hit yourself. You're working yourself real good.
Yeah. I gotta work on loving myself first.
And then do a 1d12. I'll do that. I'll do your damage.
Okay. Oh. This meaty shank's got a surprising amount of weight to it.
It does.
Ow, fucking hell. Okay, yep, that's fine. Can I hit him back?
Well, you certainly can. You guys are going to trade blows to one another, which
yeah.
is the half-orc way to trade some blows.
Let's just skip over that one.
That is a nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Will, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't I have floating above my face a lovely half-filled ball sack of a D20?
Wow, I'm not sure where that was going for a while, but yeah.
Somewhere right around here.
You do have a nat 20, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to use that as Shadow Grob comes and hits you.
No, there's legal proceedings that have to be made before you can.
I can pull that out.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they told me. I'm not within 100 yards of a school, so it should be fine.
Yeah, you gotta have consent before you just pull that out.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. You know what? As the adult here, I'll allow it. Let's make it happen.
Okay, so that's 16 more damage to you, sir.
Holy fuck! Owly fuck!
Twitch,
motherfuckers!
And you get a second attack as well. Rob Prime.
Wow, this is going to places I have been before. Let's attack Grob. Not. Oh, fuck!
Right back. Right back.
Owly fuck! Right back to you, my friend. So let's see. 2d12 plus. Oh, I got plus 5. This was the 21. 21. Get fucked.
What's Grob's hit points?
Let me check. What level are we? 5. Yeah. I have 40 hit points.
Okay.
Yay! But we're not raging.
So you guys are beating the shit out of each other, and we will cut back to the main group as two things happen. At this point, the orb is moving closer towards Alizar, and it gets within range. What I would like from you, Alizar, is I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw for you to try to stay. This is a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage because you need to stay on the obelisk while trying to move away from this thing as it is moving in towards you.
All right, here it comes. 3.
Here comes the...
Okay, so you're able to get away. I'm going to allow you to the fact to get away, but you can do two things, actually. I will allow you to stay on the obelisk and keep it activated and take whatever's going to happen to you, or I will allow you to spin away since the 13 would have gotten you out of there.
I'm going to stay because I'm really, really all about this thing happening. I like magic. I care more about magic and arcane, arcane traditions and things to happen more than my safety. So I'd rather see what happens here and learn what happens with this obelisk and learn what happened with the city than I care about whatever this magic thing is.
Nice, excellent. Okay, so you take 14 force damage.
Cute.
As this thing begins to get closer to you, you actually feel your robes and even your beard starting to like pull towards this sphere as it gets closer and closer to you, and you feel it begin to, it's almost a reverse of what would be traditionally called force damage. Force damage is something that, works as like a sonic wave or a thunderclap. This is doing the opposite. It's actually pulling into it, and you're feeling this draw as it takes 14 of your hit points away.
Sweet. And now, like my face starts to get like sunken in a little bit, and like
You're like aging super fast.
Yeah, I'm aging really quick. Just like it flickers as it does that damage, just kind of like a Dementor's kiss, kind of. Just like...
right. Yeah, we were just talking.
Hot.
Okay, and then she is going to turn towards the paladin, and she will grab hold of, or attempt to anyway. Yep, I think that's gonna hit. She hits you for 19 necrotic damage as she grabs hold of your face, and you feel this withering pain shoot through you as for a moment, Rorik, as you kind of have this blink of absolutely searing pain, you see this great, almost like an engine, almost like a gem-fueled arcane force as it's sitting there. And you don't know how you know this, but you know that this is in fact the Soulmonger. And you feel a draw of your own essence as it's pulled from your body and used to feed this infernal machine.
Also, viewer decision, 20 retweets.
Oh, 20 retweets. Woo! Okay, so at this point, everybody, I need to know, is this lady alone? Or does she have somebody else with her? And if it is a beast,
is she single?
What type of beast?
Yeah, she's single. I was just gonna say.
Right. Well, no. This came from the fact that Rorik said that she have a wedding ring, and I thought, well, maybe not. She's not that committed, but maybe she has a steady. Maybe she has somebody that she has dinner with 2 or 3 times a week. She maybe texts once in a while.
And that's it.
Right. Yeah, that's right. She's she is a woman of the cloth. So
So who did she come with is the question.
Who did she come with? Right. Who is her +1 to this soiree?
Wow.
A giant magic pig that's missing one leg.
Who did she come with her before?
Okay, so as we were awaiting the arrival of her +1, Alizar, what would you like to do, sir? You are face to face with a pretty nasty void.
All right. So I am gonna do. I guess what happens is I've got my hands on the thing, and I start to feel like I'm trying really hard to not break the this bond, this seal or whatever that's happening. And I guess I glance over, and I can't help but look in reflex, and I see this black hole thing here, right? I had a great idea, and then I thought it through, and now it's actually a horrible idea. I'm gonna continue I'm just gonna continue to just tank this thing as I just and I start to scream a little bit, just a little scream, as this thing starts to pull the life essence and maybe even some arcane energy from me to fuel itself. I can only assume, so I could at least give some of myself to then bring back this once forgotten town. So I'm going to continue. I don't know if I want a Constitution save or what.
No, not yet. But that is incredibly noble. And as you are sitting there with this thing kind of humming right beside you, as it's right there, you see a stone hit the side of it and immediately evaporate into this purple and blue sparks and stuff. And you see Volo, who has one hand, and he's reaching down and grabbing pieces of wood and whatever he can to throw it. And he's like, "Over here, you goddamn thing, over here!"
Wait, can I don't need 2 hands on it? I can do 1 hand?
No, you've got 2 hands. He's got, he's got 1 hand on because Rorik's dad's got the other hand on.
Right.
So he's able to, he's picking up things and throwing it, trying to distract the sphere.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna continue just fuck off, Odo. And then
okay.
No, keep it here. Fuck off. All right.
At the top of this round, we see the spire of the obelisk fires off, and anybody that might be watching, you see 4 points light. You see a point, and then you see 3 lines hit the top of an apex, slightly, maybe a couple 100 yards from you all, and they immediately fizzle out. Grob, you would notice that the one right beside you during your fight fired off. The one obviously that was done in front of the library fired off, and you saw one fire off from the distance inside the city, but the 4th projection of the quadrant did not
fire off from here.
That's the one that we're at, right?
No, the 2 that you were assigned, they fired.
Oh.
There was a 3rd fire from deeper in the city, but you did not see a 4th fire.
NPC is gotta fuck somewhere, okay.
Jeez.
Also, we're doing the old school straw poll because can't seem to load any of the extensions at the moment, strangely enough.
Their pathing was bugged. so I guess they never made it in time. The NPCs.
Yeah. They're just clipping against a wall right now, over and over.
We have to
Running.
get there. Hurry.
Right?
Still are.
Hurry.
They're standing on each other's heads.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why we can't go anywhere.
Standing on each other's heads.
Okay,
You're in
Hezekiah.
T-pose.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. just slowly moving.
Right. Hezekiah, you are up, and you are working with Rorik as you see her place a hand on the side of his face, and you see him get lit up with this necrotic energy.
Get lit, fam.
What I needed was an ally, and what I got was an ally. I'm going to stab her again with a 19.
That will hit.
And
Needed a
some
friend.
So she's going to take 9 piercing damage plus 11 more backstab damage plus 3 green flame damage for a total of 23 more damage coming at you.
Nice. So again, you're able to whip and turn with the rapier as you come back up, kind of joining Strider behind her as she slaps her hand, and you work underneath and slash underneath one of her armpits as you draw the rapier through, again staining her with red as she is taking heavy damage from the rogue. Rorik, what would you like to do?
First off, gonna use my healing pool that I have at all times just to heal myself back up. I'm imagining her hands hit his flesh and his flesh starts burning and sizzling, but it's also repairing itself at an equal speed. And then I forgot that I actually could have done more damage last time because I had my fucking mark on her, but I'm going to channel my divinity as a
Well, I was getting a really
paladin
quick
of
haircut
vengeance.
then, that motion. Just like a really quick shave off.
Oh yeah, man. Will knows what's going on. I'm gonna use my vow of enmity.
Andy on
as
YouTube told me
bonus.
to get a haircut, so.
Okay.
I saw that the YouTube comment.
Get a fucking haircut.
Get a fucking haircut, man.
I want to watch your D&D. Really, I do. But your goddamn haircut. I don't want to know hippies play no tabletop.
I watched for 9 hours, man, and the only thing I could think of was get a haircut.
Signed Mike. Signed Unmade Ming.
Sign unmade me.
Vow of enmity. As a bonus action, you can utter a vow of enmity against a creature you can see within 10 feet. You gain advantage on all attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute.
Okay, is that concentration, though?
It's my special magic channel divinity. It doesn't say I need to concentrate.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah, go right ahead.
She's she puts her hands up on my face and my flesh starts burning, but then it starts repairing itself and Rourke just smiles. Let me show you the strength of a real god.
Dun,
And
dun.
then I'm going to attack now.
That one.
25.
That'll work.
And only 11 on the second.
Okay.
God damn you, enmity. I did 9 damage, and then I do get my 1d6 for my mark.
Yes, you do.
So,
Nice.
14 damage.
Okay, so once again, you light her up as you're kind of moving in against her. Anything else you would like to do, sir? I think you burned everything you can possibly.
Oh yeah, he's just sitting here grinning, tanking all this necrotic energy. Like
Yeah,
it
her
doesn't bug
hands like still on you as it's healing, and you just, between you and Hezekiah, you guys are just, pin sticking her right now.
him. Still with his big grin.
Grob,
Yes.
back to you, sir.
I will hit X Grob, or Grob Shadow, as I am Grob Prime.
You are Shadow Grob. You go ahead and attack first this time.
Alright. 13 is not a hit. And then
Okay.
I guess he gets a hit in.
Shadow Grob gets a hit.
Because we attack simultaneous.
That's correct. You guys are it's mirror boxing basically.
Yep. Hits me. Damn it.
Okie dokie.
I should announce which Grob I am after I roll.
For 14.
And... Wait, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, you're down.
Yeah, because I'm not raging. God damn it, I'm never raging. You just can't play this game.
Okey-dokey. Grob is down.
Yep. I just took 42 damage in 2 turns.
Okay.
Where are you?
I'm outside. I teleported outside.
You guys have no
somewhere
clue
else.
where
Yeah.
it is. Yep.
Oh boy.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
Some rip in chat.
Okay, so
He lived as he died. In ham.
right, getting
What
beaten
happened?
with thick meat. Right. Okay, so back at the main site of the battle. At this point, the sphere is going to move in again, and I'm going to need Alizar. Now that the ritual is completed, the shot is fired off. I just need a dex save from you.
Right, here we go. Time to do nothing because my dex is butts. Oh, never mind. 15.
Just enough.
Good butts, man.
Thank you. Yours not so bad myself.
However, you will take half of that, so we'll take it down to 11. You take 11 force damage as it's still pulling away, and you're able to kind of throw yourself out of the way as it's... And you're able to jump away, and you have your full movement at this point. So if you want to put some distance between yourself, you can.
God. So how close?
You were danger close. You were like 5
Yeah.
feet away from this thing. And
You're in
as
the
you
danger zone.
Yeah, as you pull away from it with that dex save, you're free enough of it to run away. It does not get any type of attack of opportunity that you can.
I'm gonna take a moment to check the scene. I've got this little whirly gig of a black hole in front of me, and then what else is there? And preferably things that look like they would be powered by magic.
Right, okay, but before that, this is currently her turn as you were able to kind of pull away from it.
Yeah,
But yeah, just so you know, you're going to have movement, you pull away from it. She turns and looks at the two of you, Hezekiah and Rorik, and she vanishes. And the sphere drops. And the lightning on the outside kind of ceases.
Also, it's a nat
Like
20.
lands on the ground?
Yeah,
it's
nat
on
20
the
for Strider from Lauren, and I get a heal. Thank you.
Lauren and I are besties now.
Yeah, you got critties. Those who crit together, shit together. I don't know.
No, you're right. Yeah,
No,
they
that's
should
it.
be.
That's
Wait,
it. That's,
yep.
I'm
That's
pretty
it.
sure
Yeah.
that was the bumper sticker I saw.
We got there.
Happy for you guys.
bring the
So
needle.
I've changed the heals a little bit, Greg. So rather than just 1d10 healing, and if you're down, you just come straight back up again.
You do a D100 because just this one time.
You
Because I'm the DM.
I just came up with this, Greg.
yeah. Literally just
tweaking
now.
on the
No. Instead of like
We may
being
not keep it.
a D10 it's a temporary change just for the next 5 minutes. You can remove a death saving fail from your like tracker. So if I had 2 death saving fails, someone donated to heal me, I'd have 1 death saving fail instead. So I'd be closer to success rather than death, if that would make sense. Rather than instantly
so you
rezzing.
take away a death saving throw.
Right. Because
failing.
a lot of the time what we get is like £1 donation, and you go down, and then you come up on 5, and you go down, and £1 donation. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
yeah, we're gonna.
I like that. I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
But
Okay,
actually,
so
the temporary rule, Myth is right. It's a D100.
Okay, so yeah, the rest of you are sitting
OG
there.
cast.
Alizar, as you're standing there, you see the sphere drop right in front of you. This perfect. Now, when it becomes inanimate, it almost looks like polished marble across the
Yeah,
outside.
kind
like
of bounces like ding ding ding.
Oop, did we lose Strider?
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Okay,
I imagine he'll be back, but he looked like he had kind of shitty internet there.
right. Okay, so we'll just go ahead with Grob.
jeez.
Grob, why
What a
don't you roll a death saving throw for me? And
Okay. I'll just put Greg back for now. Death saving throw is success. Just a lot of money.
well, normally it would be a success, but this is Tomb of Annihilation, which is not a success.
Oh,
So
damn it.
you have 1 death fail.
Oh. Oh, what? Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright.
I've just never heard Will make these noises before.
Come on, learn by play. This is how it...
All right.
Oh.
All right. All right. Well, do I get that removed in my D10 of healing then? Could I just remove that?
If you want to, sure.
I will. I would like to not have that. I would like to
I
say
didn't know
no.
if you wanted to make it dramatic and keep rolling, and then when you.
All right, let's keep it dramatic.
Let's.
Let's keep it in the bank. Let's keep it in the bank.
Okay.
I got one death fail. I put it on screen. I just love the drama.
Okay, so the rest of you see.
It's like really faked drama now. It's like super scripted. Like, oh no!
Right. Yeah, that's. What's gonna happen now? Right.
Find out next time.
Right. Okay, so you guys, the woman blinks out of existence, and you are left with a obelisk that is not firing, what appears to be dying dwarf, and an absent half orc.
Rurik will step over towards his father, just dropping his sword into the muck, ripping off his macaw cloak. He's like, "Someone take this. You go to the next obelisk. They may need your help."
Okay, so you're right.
Lie. You've seen me.
It'll take 20 minutes for them to attune to that.
Son of a bitch. Never mind.
We only have like.
That's what you get for trying to be nice. Well, yeah, I'm gonna see how my father's doing.
Okay, so you run up to your father, and he's sitting there, and he finally kind of pulls his hand away from the circle that he had it on, and Volo's kind of standing. And for the first time being around Volo, though the other two might notice not so much as Rurik, but Volo actually looks, as he turns and sees the state of Niles Breakbone, he kind of casts his gaze down a bit lower and steps around the obelisk to kind of stare at the sphere that's kind of come to rest in the back.
Yeah, I'm totally approaching that sphere, by the way.
Hezekiah's going to look around. He's no stranger to people disappearing and stealing things, so he's going to look around for any signs of this person's footsteps or debris moving or branches and shaking as they leave around, do things. He's looking for this person.
Okay, I'll let you make either an Arcana or a Perception.
Man, I'm going to go with Arcana and roll a 24.
You don't see anything that makes you believe that she's in the area because of the way that she what she muttered as she disappeared. You believe it might have been a longer range spell, perhaps a teleport of some kind.
Okay. In that case, while everyone's distracted and not paying attention to Hezekiah, he's going to take out the other half of his sword, the divining rod, and attach them and see where it points him.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. As you turn around and the kind of the lightsaber effect of the beacon light that comes out of the end of the rapier, the green flame, whenever you point it towards the southwest, it again fires off in that direction. It seems to be, you've moved parallel to where it was before, so it's not directly due south anymore, but it is southwest, and it seems to have remained in the same place. Yep.
And he unclicks it and puts that back in his bag, and then turns back and walks to the obelisk. What happened here? The woman is gone. What is that? He points down towards the black orb.
I'm trying to take a look at it here. It looks as if it was some sort of arcane sapping device. It seems to sap life and or magic from different things nearby, but let me take a closer look here. Stand back.
As I try to... I don't know why I was pressing N that whole time. I'm playing too many video games. So the... I try to go up and approach it.
Nice. I would like you to roll 2 Arcana checks for me, please.
Watch me crit. Watch me arcane. Here we go. 2?
2. Yeah, I don't want the 15 for the first. Okay, 24 for the second. Okay, so with the 15, you're able to, at first, because of the knowledge that you possess, Alizar, or you're not sure that you possess this knowledge, but it appears to just kind of flow into your brain. At first, you think this is a sphere of annihilation, but then you realize that it's something different, something that's perhaps bastardized, or it has some additional qualities or characteristics that you are unaware of. However, you think that if you perhaps concentrated on this thing enough, you might be able to take control of it.
It seems as if it's some sort of bastardized magic of an old device I've seen over the years. I've only seen it once before, but I feel like I could then, if I was to attune my own self, my mind, my arcane soul to this thing, I could weave my own being inside of it, and I could consciously control it, and I could have it for myself. The only thing is, it's very dangerous. Let me try.
I'd love to see you weave a being.
What?
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 Weave your being. Get inside of it.
I'm trying. I'm trying really hard.
Okay, so that's going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Rorik, you are in front of your father.
Father, did you see my smiting? I've been doing a lot of smiting.
You can see as his eyes kind of flutter open, and his head kind of cracks into a smile.
I did, boy. You did good.
You are looking awfully worse for the wear, though.
I'm sorry, Rorik. How can I help you?
You have nothing to be sorry for. You've served as you've always told me you would. You know, put life and limb in the way. This should be a celebration, I suppose.
I assume you've cut him down. He's off of the tied up to the obelisk.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's kind of resting as you're kneeling beside him, and he looks at you, and he reaches up and he grabs hold of your shoulder, kind of where your plate mail meets the shoulder joint, and he puts his hand there for a second. And whereas before this had been kind of a fatherly grip, you know, he'd always it's about as high as he could reach on you. The grip's very weak. It almost feels as if there's just paper or wind touching your shoulder as he looks at you, and he says,
I would have waited. They didn't tell me you're coming. I didn't receive any word. I would have waited, Rorik. I wouldn't have left. You know that, right?
No, be quiet, you. It's well, of course. I was supposed to be the word. Don't worry about it. Take that load off your mind. You did well.
He reaches in underneath just the tattered, almost like a beggar's undershirt that he has on that's stained with blood and sweat and soot. And perhaps the one thing that they allowed him to keep, you see him pull out a medallion, a small, not necessarily something that a religious person would carry, but something that a warrior would carry, that it wouldn't get in his way. And it's a medallion of Heronius. And he pulls it, and he weakly pulls it across his head, and he hands it out to you, and he puts it in your hand. And he says,
You're the leader in Chult now, my boy. You're the leader of the Order of the Gauntlet. You're the last of the Breakbones.
Yes, I'm extremely happy, I'm sure. This is it then, isn't it?
For now, boy. They went through the rift. The enemy is south in some city named Omu. I do not know of it. I've never heard of it. But it's south. You must
I know.
Get there, boy.
Worry not. I shall. But though I know you'll be happy in the afterlife if you could spare a moment. Keep your eye on me. I'll do you proud.
I will.
He reaches up and he moves his hand from his shoulder, and the weak, bony fingers kind of touch the side of your cheek. And it's, for a dwarf, let alone a military person, this is a sign of affection that you've never really seen from him. But you notice that there is a bit of moisture in the old bright eyes of the dwarf as he touches your cheek and kind of pats it and tries to put more force than he would feel like a punch across your jaw, but it's just a weak kind of slap as he slaps your cheek, and he says,
I'll see you, boy, in the halls of Heronius. I'll save you a seat.
and you see him, and the hand drops from your cheek.
The smile, the reassuring smile, it probably wasn't that reassuring, falls from Rurik's face as soon as his hand goes limp. Rurik falls over onto his butt and just kind of stares at the amulet, not actually saying anything for once.
Okay, and in that nice pause, we will go back to Grob as he lies in front of the College of Wizards, bleeding from the wounds of his doppelganger, and he makes another death saving throw.
Okay. All right, I got this. Oh! I gotta use my donation there. gotta use my donation there. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's yep, we're gonna just.
Okay, so what we'll do is that donation was the healing donation takes away one. Is it one death saving throw or one roll?
Just a fail. Yeah.
Okay, so you still have two.
So I still have two. Yeah.
Okay. Nice to know.
Thank you, Lauren. I owe you my life.
Woo! Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I'm not feeling good about listening to this guy sound roll 15.
Will, do you think that might be karma for playing around on the stream?
I don't know what you're talking about. shut your dirty mouth. Isn't that right, Ming?
What? Gordon's alive. What? Okay, so back to everybody else. Is anyone here concerned at all about Grob? It appears not, but I just thought I would ask the question.
Hezekiah, being the most callous person here, kind of looks around and says, I understand that your father has just died. Where is Grobicus?
What? Who's dead?
His father was possibly a zombie and now he's dead.
What?
Yeah, re-dead. Regardless, where is our companion, Grobicus, the one with the glasses?
Your father was the one with the glasses?
No, the large man.
Volo's right over there.
Glasses. No.
What?
He means the half-orc, for Christ's sake, whoever that is.
Oh, right, the half-orc.
Glasses.
Yes, wonderful.
Where is he?
Right, where did he go? Oh,
I don't know.
right. Maybe if I look inside this sphere, I could see where he is.
Perhaps.
Don't think I see anything here.
Can I assist him in attuning this magical item? Is that a thing that can be done?
No, it's something that takes 20 minutes, right? So,
more importantly, it appears as though our spell has failed. There is no beautiful, sparkling city here, and everyone.
No. It seems that way. Right. Very well.
How much time has passed? Has it been the full 10 minutes yet?
yeah, has not been another fire, so everything would probably have to be reactivated at this point if what Artis told you was true. Correct, tomorrow morning.
Was that the plan, Greg? Refresh my memory. It's been a week. If it didn't work, to meet back at the tower in the center.
Correct. Yeah. Because if it failed to go off, they would have to allow basically another dawn to show up to have it reset.
Okay.
Right. Usually takes me in the morning.
Yeah, he kind of looks at everyone and says, "Perhaps you take your corpulent father. You take that giant ball, and we return to the tower.
Right.
Hope that
It's like the size of a bowling ball.
Yeah, roughly. Maybe a little bit bigger, like a beach ball size.
Small
bowling
beach ball.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Very well. Right. Hey!
Oh,
Right, so
hernia.
help me roll this.
Okay, so you guys are moving back towards the tower. Thoughts of Grob just in the wind. Perhaps he will show
No,
up.
I'm not quite sure where he went, though. That's the thing. We were going to go find him, right? Is that what we're doing? Or are we going to go...
I heard you were
we
heading
have
back
until
towards the
tomorrow.
tower, correct? Right. That's that. You guys are going back to the tower. Okay. So yeah, the
There's
party
like
heads.
4 of them now. Which
No,
tower?
no.
The one we were just at?
Not the obelisk.
Yeah.
Oh, the central one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the central tower where you guys spent the night. That's right. That's where you're heading, right?
Right.
Okay. So you guys are heading
I
back there.
guess.
Are you taking your father with you, Rorik?
Rurik doesn't actually put much stock into corpses, so he's probably just gonna stick around to say whatever prayers he wants to say and do some press F to pay respects, but he's probably not gonna take him anywhere.
He is conveniently close to a pyre if it is something that, I don't know, the Order of the Gauntlet would.
You
look
read my
favorable
mind.
on. Just throwing that out there. As you guys are all going through your various stages of mourning or rolling huge spheres, I'd like Grob to roll another death saving throw for me.
Good night, sweet prince.
Is Shadow Grob still just like kicking him like this whole time?
Shadow Grob's watching. But
This is the end for us. We had a good run.
If Grob,
We made 8 episodes, and now we're dead.
so as Grob, the last of his breath, slips out of his mouth, Will, you blink and you look down as Grob is laying in his own grave. The glasses slightly askew on the face.
Prophecy was true.
As the
police.
cops show up,
Yeah, call the police.
they want to know exactly who's to blame for this half-orc's death.
Getting
And-
Monty Python up in here, man.
Right. As you are looking down at Grob, you realize you're having a slightly difficult time seeing, and this ham shank that's in your hand is pretty thick and pretty girthy. And you feel good about that. In
Oh, I
fact,
do.
You feel pretty emboldened by that. Perhaps a little reckless, a little
too
callous,
bold.
a little.
You're reckless.
Ladies.
So you are Shadow Grob.
Hang on a minute. Can I still breathe? What's going on?
You're just staring at a corpse of yourself lying at your feet. You seem fine. You seem a little bit more aggressive, maybe, a little bit more sure of yourself, a little bit more, maybe you're not really concerned at all about what the old wizard or even Volo thinks anymore, but you're looking down at this imposter, this Grob, this weakling, and you realize you might have some stuff that I'd like.
Hang on a second. I feel a lot better. I straighten my glasses. I feel a lot better now I've got this meat in my hand. And I stuff the meat into my shirt. It's time for round 2. Shadow Grob bitches. And cut.
Right. Okay, so
and that's the episode. That's done.
Right.
Yeah. And scene.
Thank you all for coming by.
Thank you. That is today's show.
right.
There's no
That's
way we
actually the
can
channel. That's the end of it. That's just.
Yep.
You know,
Let's get a roleplay.
We're just gonna burn to the ground.
We're done. We've
and
peaked.
that's a wrap.
We've peaked.
We picked.
So everybody else, you make it back to the tower. It takes you a while, but when you get there, no one else is there. Shadow Grob, I will leave it up to you when and if you decide to come home.
All right. I'm home. Okay. I'm good.
Okay, you
Hello?
guys.
Anyone here?
No answer. Artist, you don't smell baking bread. You don't hear any.
Did they tell us where the other 2 towers were?
Yeah, he pointed to it on the map. They were relatively close to the central tower.
It's Isengard and Mordor.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's close. It's just a couple thousand miles away. Yeah, no, they're a couple blocks from where the central tower is. You guys actually did the farther towers.
What about Raven and the NPCs that we left here? Are they gone too?
They went with Artis and Dragonbait, and they are not here either.
Right. Doubly bad news.
Right. So there is if you guys can see it, the map that's up, and you guys are currently at 15, and the 2 spots that you needed to get to were 11 and 10.
11 and 10. Okay. And where were we just now?
8 and 9.
You're at
9 was the college, 8 was where you guys had your little fight.
and 9. Cute, adorable.
And they wanted to go to 10 and 11.
Correct.
Okay.
If you guys would roll me a perception check, I can tell you which one you believe is the one that did not fire, if you would like to know that information.
22.
It was 11 that did not fire.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think Hezekiah will bring that up. He says 11 didn't fire, so 8, 9, and 10 fired. It's all the ones in the same sector. Yeah, he kind of points in the vague direction of where 11 was, or where he remembers 11 to be. And he says, I believe they must have been on their way to this tower. I think it's in this general vicinity. Perhaps we should check for their corpses.
Right.
Lest they be turned into zombies like everyone else who seems to die here.
Or werewolves.
Or a werewolf. Yes.
There are no
werewolf.
Right. Never mind.
I did hear the werewolf, that's fair, and I was not. Yes.
Right. Well, hopefully it'll be over there, Wolf.
God damn it, Will. I just saw that fucking picture.
About time, man.
It's been on the stream for about half an hour. Just so you know, in various sizes, shapes, dimensions, angles, and yeah.
What are we looking at? I did not see.
Let me bring back Ming.
Oh my gosh, do we actually have somebody did a Ming? Or
somebody did. That would be me.
somebody being you.
Just show up on the screen for you now. God. Unmade Ming. Pretty proud.
Oh god.
Pretty proud of my work.
I'll just leave it after. Oh my Jesus Christ, that's hilarious.
Great.
This should be a fan account for you, Mike.
It's been like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was happening during the Daddy Rorik scene.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
That's what my karma comment was about.
Nice.
Well, I don't actually watch your stream, jeez.
Right. Okay, so yeah, you guys are directed over to that direction as the misfire, and it is getting dark at this point since you guys have traveled across the city and back. You still do not see the NPCs, Azaka or Raven, and you do not see Dragonbait or Artis.
So we made our way over to that other tower? Or we are making our way?
You muted, Greg.
Get right.
Shit. Okay. So as you guys,
That was the bit you didn't mute.
right. I thunder back with a shit. Okay. No, yeah, you guys are. You guys are at the central tower. You are not at the number 11 misfired obelisk. So you guys are faced with a decision. The NPCs, Raven and Azaka, have not shown up. Neither have Dragonbait and Artis. They are not. It's getting dark. This is way too long for them to have been gone and not reported back here. It's up to you. Wait until the morning or...
What time is it?
Well, in the jungle here, things get darker a little bit quicker because there's kind of like a perpetual haze and gloom over everything. Mm-hmm. But you probably have an hour's left of daylight, so it's technically like 5:36-ish. So
okay.
You have like...
Rurik will do some aerial recon if he can, see if he can't see any signs of anything.
Okay, I will remind you that the aerial recon was nixed the last time because there were some rather large birds of prey that were circling around the city. However, if you'd like to do it after that reminder, I have no problem.
If we travel together, he'll be like 60 feet off the ground. But yeah, I'm not gonna go up there right now. Then.
Okay.
Yeah, Hezekiah will remind everyone, we could wait until the morning. However, they could be gone by then. But the nightfall brings much larger creatures, if I recall correctly.
Werewolves, yes.
And werewolves.
Right.
Here they can only roam at nighttime.
Right. That's why we've done this during the daytime. No, it's very true. Why don't you look it up in your book? Werewolves come out at night.
I'm done, Hug. I'm tired.
Very well. Good. I win. 1 point for me.
You do never win.
No, that's 1 for me.
So it like the sun's going down, or it's like just getting late?
It's just getting late. You know, here
Okay.
you can't see the sun particularly well here in the jungle, but through the gloom and the haze that you become accustomed to while being here, you realize you have about an hour of light left before it gets pretty dark.
Come on, let's plot around.
Yes, let's go. We all should probably look for that. We haven't seen our good friend Orc-Man. Where is he? The green one. The greyish green one.
Yes,
Rolo's over
said
there.
that earlier. He's gone.
But he's not back now.
No, I am aware.
I thought he'd come back.
I would hope so.
Maybe he's with our
hiding.
missing friends.
Maybe the thunder
Sometimes
scared
they
him.
want to turn into bees. Perhaps
Maybe
it's
spooked him like
jungle.
a small dog.
Yes.
He ran off and hid. All right, let's go find. Let's go over to the wherever this tower is. Maybe take a look there.
I will also remind you all that if you are hurt and would like to roll some hit dice, you may do so at this time.
Oh, good call.
Since
Cool.
you've had several short rests.
Since you will likely die in the next scene.
Right.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Perhaps.
Oh my hit dice.
I can roll one of them, right? That's how it works. It's been so long.
You can roll as many as you'd like.
If I click this, does that roll all of them? No. Okay, good.
I'm gonna do this many. Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, that puts me at full.
Excellent.
All right.
Right, so let's plot a course. I think from here we have to go over there. It seems as if we got some sort of river or some sort of water we have to go across. Is our boat still around?
Yes, but going in that direction, there appear to be some rope bridges that are tied up that allow you to kind of cross and not have to use the canoe. You can use the canoe.
Oh, right, I see that now. We could
But
just take
they're-
the old ropey bridge.
Right.
Okay. Okay, yeah, let's just take that.
Okay, as you guys cross over there without incident, it's pretty easy to spot the black obsidian obelisk as it is standing in front of what looks like perhaps a former house of state of some kind, like a large manor type of area. But as you get closer and look around, you see that there appears to be something that is attached to the obelisk. It appears to be nailed to it, which is interesting since it is made of some type of stone.
What the hell? What is this here? You see that appendage coming from it there?
Does there appear to be like tracks of anyone around here? Can I look around if there's signs of people being nearby?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check or survival for me for that.
Okay. I will go with survival and perception the same. So let's see what happens. 7.
You do see that there are a lot of tracks around this area, but nothing that you can define or identify as being of anybody that was in your party or anything that seems to be leading or going from a specific direction.
Do they look like? Can I tell if the tracks are humanoid tracks or just like tracks, just like animal everything?
Yeah, there's a lot of mixture in here with that type of role. I mean, you can see that there's been activity, but identifying course or pattern isn't necessarily something that'll give you.
Okay.
As you guys get closer to the obelisk, you realize that pinned to it by some form of arcane force is a hand.
Pinned to it from some arcane force. Is it like, does it seem to be a human hand or obviously a humanoid hand, but like, is it of the human size? Is it flesh? Is it a stone hand?
The flesh appears to be of a humanoid variety.
Okay.
Human,
It's not like
half elf.
the material is flesh.
Yes, it's not like it's scaly. It's not like it's green or grayish of a half orc. It appears to be like humanoid.
Right.
nailed to it.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a bolt of some type of arcane force kind of holding it against there.
Right. So it looks as if someone or something is trying to disrupt the mechanism here. The divine arcane mechanism seems to be at fault because we have the some sort of stain on the ceremony, and it looks like it's here. Unsure if this was for helping the ceremony and the whatever you want to call it, the ritual to go on through, or if it is to stall it. No, it seems as if there is...
It appears as though you would need a living hand.
Right. You would need a living one. No. All right. See, now what it looks like here, what I'm thinking now with the old noodle of mine is the fact that somebody was bolted to this is some sort of crime. See, they were bolted here to keep the ritual. And then they, in their efforts to run away and can't move because of the pain, they lopped off their own hand and fled this scene here. I think that
Greg, is the hand on one of the circles?
Yes.
Okay. And is it palm
Someone
down?
is trying to activate the obelisk and they got their hand ripped off. Even I can see that.
The closer you guys get kind of through the arcane force, it looks as if there is something carved to the back of the hand.
Hezekiah is going to walk up to it because he wants to see how fresh this hand is. Is it fresh?
As you get close, the field drops and the hand just to the ground.
He takes his diamond rapier out and sort of like jabs it on the meaty wrist part and lifts it up. Let's take a look at this hand.
It appears to be a human hand, and on the back, you see carved across the back the training grounds. And at this point, Hezekiah, since you were the closest to this, you're looking at this hand, and this hand appears completely nondescript in that it doesn't have any identifying marks. But as you are watching, you see a gold band ring appear around the ring finger. Just materializes out of nowhere.
So he kind of grabs one of the fingers and moves it. Is the finger super rigid or is it movable?
It's pliable.
He looks to everybody. He looks to everybody, kind of holding his sword arm away, while his invisible mage hand takes that ring off, and he says, "It appears as though this hand is relatively fresh, and something about a training ground. Rorik, do you know about a training ground nearby?"
Okay, so as you're doing this, you are subtly removing the ring. So,
yeah, I'll give you. I think I have a sleight of hand for that.
Yeah, roll that with advantage because the ring disappears as soon as you touch it, but just to the point where it allows you to take it off.
26.
You have it.
With my invisible mage hand.
Yep. You guys can roll. Each of you roll a perception check just to see.
Right.
15.
Nope, you guys don't notice.
Guys, I'm a master thief.
Well.
No, I've
so
never heard of any training ground.
I wonder if this is the training ground. Yeah.
The Order of the Gauntlet and the mercenary group, they don't have a training ground in these spots you would have heard of.
This is not our handiwork, no. But what's it matter? Let's find our friends. I don't care for your hands and your rings.
I believe this is one of our friends. I believe this is less a location and more that they were taken to a place called the training grounds.
Oh, yes, that's certainly not my handiwork.
No one simply leaves a hand into a location with a word on it as a moment of telling you where you are. It's usually a warning. Or a wrongdoing.
Right.
Certainly not the Order of the Gauntlet, then.
No, because it would not be cut off. You would be wearing a gauntlet.
Yes. That sounds appropriate as well.
Yes,
An
very
empty
well.
gauntlet would serve well. More
Everyone
than
roll a perception check for me.
yes.
Go.
20.
Rurik starts crying. Rurik misses his dad, so he starts crying. He doesn't see anything.
As the other two are kind of examining the hand and examining the obelisk, Hezekiah, over their shoulders and in the shadows in the nearest building, you see a slumped form against what would be the just slightly inside the threshold of one of the buildings. You see just the hint and the outline of a boot.
I assume my diamond sword and hand are less than 10 pounds, right?
Sure. Yeah, it's a
Sure.
rapier. It's not, yeah.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, the rapier begins just floating aloft behind him as it's being held by his invisible hand, and he throws a firebolt into that room, not hitting the slumpy person, or trying to like light up a way because he knows it's getting dark as he begins moving after the firebolt. I believe I found something.
Yeah, as it goes through there, you see the slumped form of what appears to be a dark-haired female.
Yeah, he knows a lot of dark-haired females, let's be honest here. And he runs towards this opening. Come with me, I found someone.
Okay, you get there first, and as you get there, you see the form of Raven as she is slumped against the side of the interior of this threshold. Again, her face is sunken. She looks very similar in cast and countenance to Rorik's father. And when she sees you come in, her eyes kind of creak as they roll up and look at you. And she smiles, and even her teeth have started to yellow and kind of split, almost taking on this advanced decay of somebody that is stricken with the death curse. And as she looks at you, she beckons you, Hezekiah, to get closer to her.
He does, with the sword still kind of floating behind with the hand on it. What, Raven, what happened?
She says, there's no time. The woman took them to some training ground close to here.
And she...
Dark-haired woman, large magical balls?
Yes.
She gets closer to your ear and she says, I'd like the two of you and Will, if he's back, to take off your headphones for a second.
By the way, Greg, I PMG you might want to read that in a second.
You PM.
On Zoom, yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So as she pulls closer to you, Hezekiah, she looks you in the eye and she says,
do you know who you are, Crowsbane?
This, Greg, refresh my memory. Is this the one who brought me to her grandfather? Is it the same person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he looks down and says, I believe your grandfather told me almost exactly who I am. I was sent here to kill... Man, it's been so many weeks. Aserarek.
That's correct. There's more. You are the last in the line of Aserarek. You are heir to his ungodly throne. You are the last of his living line. He was once a man. He is no longer. But you are the last of his line.
I'm hearing a good thing, but you're saying it like a bad thing.
You are his living phylactery.
No, that sounds terrible. I believe I have to die. That's the last thing I want.
The half-orc had orders to kill you.
Well, damn it. I liked him.
Don't let them. You can use the soulmonger for yourself.
Oh?
Only you can. You're the last of his line.
would you say?
Do you know how?
Just as you're the only one that can. If Asirak is gone, you can take his power. You're the only one who can.
So
Now,
stay alive.
I need you to kill me with that diamond blade.
Oh man. So Greg, Hezekiah is not an assassin, but you know, he's had to murder before in, you know, the charge of what his family is looking for. Would I know a way to hide a murder wound?
Sure. You would know that there are ways that you could kill her with perhaps not using the diamond blade.
No, with using it. Is there a way I know to like where I can hide it?
Yes, the rapier is a thin enough blade. I mean, it's a very thin blade. You could conceivably put it into her eye socket without damaging the orb and noodle her brain.
I will attempt to do that.
Okay, roll a dex check for me.
Sure.
And
straight up dex or acrobatics?
now give me a straight dex check.
Okay. Fuck you.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay, so as you guys rush up, you see Hezekiah insert his rapier, his diamond-bladed rapier, into the eye socket of Raven, killing her.
Classic Mike, this is the second one today, mate. Good talk.
Oh my god.
Classic Ming.
Care to explain yourself, friend?
Yes, she had died, much as the way your father
Right,
had.
I saw that. You just shoved a rapier in her eyeball.
No, she had died previously as Rorik's father, and she was turning into one of the undead corpses that has so riddled this land of Chult. And she asked me before she had fallen to her final death throes to end her life before she became a monstrosity. Rorik, you should understand. I would assume you hate the undead.
Deception from Hezekiah, insight from Alizar and Rorik, please.
All right, here it comes.
Oh, God. Oh,
15.
God.
I'm gonna be
Guys.
inside ya.
Guys, I could steal things. I'm not great at lying about them.
Then what kind of
Niggas
rogue
never
are
get
you?
it.
Yeah, he's absolutely bullshitting and lying.
Hezekiah, you need to be honest with us. I'm judgmental, but I won't hurt you if you tell the truth at least. But perhaps if you
Well,
keep
yeah,
lying
let's
like
judge you.
this, I need to make sure you're not working against us.
To be honest, she did actually ask me to kill her. I just didn't really ask why.
Deception
She
with
seems to be
advantage
dying.
and insight from the other two.
Damn it.
Is that deception? She did ask me to. Oh, I did say I don't know how why.
Yes.
Shit. With advantage or disadvantage? I missed that.
Disadvantage, all right, advantage for you with the deception, insight with just everybody else.
Good luck.
God damn it. Fuck me running.
Right.
Hey, chat.
So,
Well played, man.
Hezekiah,
Well
you're
played.
testing my patience.
Yeah.
We're not going anywhere. Answer me this one question, please.
Myth Alizar realizes that he's telling partially the truth with that score. You beat him by over 20. So
you
Are
are
you-
dancing around the truth there. It seemed as if you were almost pleased upon it there, but then you kind of fell off the deep end. Why don't you try again and tell us this time the
Listen,
truth?
the rest of what she said-
Hezekiah, are you working?
She said,
Are you
I am
working
the only
against
one
us?
that can. I am the only one that can stop the soulmonger, with which I am sent to, which I already knew. And then she asked to die. They seem like two separate entities, but that's what she said.
Right.
insight from the two of you guys.
Do I need to roll deception again?
No, because what you said was true. You just didn't.
Yeah.
What he just told you was the truth.
Very well.
So you are still working with us and against the evil, then?
Yes, the soulmonger is why I was sent here.
Well, that is all I need to know, friend.
Could you explain to me the soulmonger one more time?
Oh, right, you. We found you in a cave, eating
Right.
mushrooms.
Right.
Madman.
Yes.
Do you have any more of
Well-
those, by the way?
I have some more. Would you like here? I have a snacky
Yes,
pull on
yes,
that
yes.
there. All right.
Will you accept copper? That's all I have.
I will accept your friendship. Now, please tell me about this soulmonger.
Well, do you remember anything from before you were found on this island?
Roll an Arcana check. Alizar.
Myself?
Yep.
Do I remember anything?
As like my hand is probably in my bag, brushing this sphere, this dark sphere.
Do I? That's a good question.
You
Ask
do.
my icosahedron. Very well.
You get a flash of something beforehand. You get the flash of whenever Hezekiah says the word several times, maybe on the third or fourth repetition of Soulmonger, the word sticks. The title sticks in your mind, and you realize you know what this is. You know exactly what it does. It swallows the souls of the deceased to power the creation of something that you have yet to identify. You believe you've
Right.
actually seen it.
All of this talk about the soulmonger reminds me of a device. Device that also is called the same name. One that was been fueled by the corpses. Well, the breath of the corpses, the souls and spirits of those that have died, powering something. I do not know what, and I do remember looking for it. You are to stop it, you said.
Yes, I am here to stop the soulmonger.
When souls die, they go on to the afterlife, friend.
I believe they did
Oh.
at one point.
Not anymore. You
I
see,
believe
there
they
is...
no longer do that.
What
Hence-
nonsense are you spouting about?
Have you seen the legions upon legions of undead and the fact that no one really appears to die? They just become corpulent undead all over this land.
Well, yes, but I've seen undead before.
Right.
Yes, well, it appears as though this is fueling them and taking their souls and not letting them pass to whatever.
Let me try
God
to
they
paint a
pray.
picture that you may understand. You see that mushroom you have in your hand right there?
Are you saying there's a chance my father didn't pass on?
I'm saying there is a good chance.
No, that's no. This isn't. That's not how this works.
In your mind, Rourke, you hear,
I'll see you in the halls of Erroneous. I'll save you a seat.
That's certainly not how any of this works. No. This
Well, it's not how it used to work, I believe, but for now, until the soulmonger is defeated, it is exactly how I think it works.
if that's what this Soul Ming is trying to accomplish, we will hasten ourselves and tarry no longer. We have done too much tarrying. I will. This is serious.
Yes.
Very.
Yes. It's very serious. It's not the living that are at danger here, it's also the dead. The ancestors are, even those who will die, the future of those who are here, are powering something much more than we could even imagine.
The
we need to figure
soulmonger
out
thinks
what.
himself a god, and we shall show him otherwise.
I also have
Well, the-
very dire news about a friend of ours. You all realize that Grobicus is missing the glasses, half-orc.
Volo's right over there.
No, the glasses in the half-orc.
Oh, right, the glasses, yes.
Oh,
Light
no!
green.
That's one.
Grobicus.
Yes,
The
yes,
half-orc!
yes, yes,
I
what
believe
about him?
something. I believe something has happened to him. Something terrible. Before she asked me to stab her in the eyeball, Raven said that Grobicus was planning to kill me. I don't know why, but I think he wants to stop me from ending the life of the soulmonger.
Did you hear what he was spouting off about Erroneous?
Treachery. That's what I heard. if I
Utter
recall.
treachery. He was literally standing there going, erroneous treachery. Erroneous treachery.
Erroneous treachery, treachery, erroneous.
A treachery. I pay an orc. Yes. It would not surprise me if he was doing something treacherous.
Yes.
Right.
I believe he is plotting to kill me. Which would stop the soulmonger from dying, and thus your father from ever reaching the halls of Erroneous.
And thus I'll never know what it is that I need to find and stop, and what it is doing itself.
Yes.
Because that's what I really care about.
Right.
And find out who
Whatever
I am
your story
as a
is as
person.
well.
Right.
Yes.
Really-
ladies.
What?
Really quickly, just within earshot of Hezekiah, Rook's just, wizard, I saw something strange swirl in your orb. Then he go look at it, and he shuffles over to Hezekiah. We should keep an eye on that one as well, I believe. Oh, hey, your shoe is untied.
Oh, right.
Then he shuffles over to the wizard, and he's like, Wizard, I think we should keep an eye on that one. He may be dangerous.
Why is that?
Look
Did he
at him.
untie my shoe?
You've entered into a logic conversation here that has no answers, right?
The problem is that it doesn't have answers, is that
What?
it has so many answers.
I don't understand.
Alizard, the woman, the one that tried to kill you with that orb there, do you
Right.
know her? She spoke your
Do
name.
I know her? Do I know her?
Arcana check.
Yes. Oh, right. Let me take a look here in my old recesses of my memory. The Arcane Archives say,
Castra Karanok. She is
Yes.
a wizard hunter.
I do remember a woman that flashes of her image and countenance flicker back in my memory as I try to recall her red hair, as well as a name that was whispered on the winds when I see her face. And it is a man, not just a man, but a woe man of House Karanok.
Whoa, man.
Whoa, man.
Well, we just need to have you dead more often, so we
It's
just
very,
do commentary.
very David Bowie. Whoa, man!
Whoa, man.
I'm a star man! Yeah, I should just do commentary on these. I should never play. I should just make snarky, sarcastic comments about everything that you guys do. I
Peanut
basically,
gallery.
well, I basically do it anyway.
Yeah, right.
Just be in a sad grayscale with a teardrop.
Yeah.
And make comments.
This is
do
my
remember.
This is my job now.
She did mention, though, that I would have been devoured by a lich god or something. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I believe that was the soulmonger. Were you sent here to be devoured by the soulmonger? Or do the devouring?
Right.
Why are
Well,
you
then we
here?
must stop this lich god then, it seems. Because apparently they want my head. A bounty on my name, or a bounty of my name is on the lips of those from House Karnak. Yes.
If they wish to kill you, that's all the news I need. You're definitely my friend. You are definitely trustworthy. Hezekiah, don't trust him. Don't trust him for a minute.
What was that?
Yes. I don't know.
What? Is he? What was that?
Well, I was asking if I could borrow money.
Right, how much do you
Might as
need?
well cover.
No,
1
he
million
only deals in
copper.
copper.
I have too many. I have too much money. I need something else.
Either way, it appears as though we have no way to make it across this land quickly unless we split into... No, we have no way to make it across this land. We need too many people more than we have.
I can
We need
fly.
math. It doesn't help. We need
Oh.
4 people at every obelisk, and there are 4 obelisks, and 4 times 4 is more than we have.
But
Why are we
you're right.
still doing that?
To bring all of your friends went to the other. If this
I'm
is where
not
we
so
are
sure
now,
anymore.
Right.
and the rest is over here.
Get your
and
80s out
friends-
of here. I don't need your 80s.
Right.
It's like a wrinkle.
Wrinkle time.
Yes.
You were also
Take 2
told
pieces of
the
straw.
you draw a needle through them. You were told the training grounds as well. That is what Raven also spoke to.
Right.
And
Yes, our immediate friends have been taken to, as I said, some manner of training ground.
That is much more dire of a situation than
Like wolves, dire wolves, wolves everywhere. Werewolves.
Dire wolves that become werewolves, dire werewolves. I've heard.
Exactly. We should act quickly before the
Twice the
moon
size.
comes out.
So if the
Twice the size
dire
of
wolves
regular.
become aware of the moon, then they become werewolves.
Oh no, you're right. Oh no, logic. Wrinkle in
That is
time.
not
We
how
must
it
go.
works. For Christ's sake, whoever that is. Hezekiah, in the back of your mind, as it's been roughly 20 minutes, you
Yep.
hear a voice say, "I know where the training ground is."
Well, then tell me where the training ground is.
Eeyore, is that you?
I don't know where the training ground is.
They cannot hear me.
Well, why can't they hear you?
I can hear you just fine. I don't know where the training grounds are.
Because I am in your pocket.
How did you get in my pocket? I believe I have a man in my pocket. Excuse me.
What?
And he puts
I
his
do
hand in
too.
the pocket.
You feel
And
rain.
while putting his hand in the pocket, he puts the ring. He slides the ring onto one of his fingers.
Did I miss Pocket Man Day?
This is the strangest place I've been in by long shot. He slides his hand in the pocket, puts the ring on, and pulls his hand out.
Did you just say by a long shot?
No,
Oh,
Classic.
say hell of a pun.
I don't make plans. This is a noble man.
Very, very serious here.
The cheapest kind of.
You hear the voice then says, "I know where the training ground is."
Well, again, tell me where the training ground is.
Who are you talking to?
As you cast your gaze around, you see that maybe 300 yards to the south, there appears to be a spotlight, almost as if it was a waypoint marker in a game like The Witcher.
No way.
He kind of looks to both of them and says, "Well, listen, I will be quite honest with the two of you. I met the living Raven previously, this one, when we got to Chult. You were there, Roderick, you remember. She took me, the old man touched my face, and I received visions of the reasons I came here to this island. Apparently, I am some manner of guide, and now that we are here, and she is corpulent, I am hearing voices in my head, which the strangest part is that it is not the strangest thing to happen on this damned island. But apparently the training ground is over there, and that's where our friends will be. Or I am crazy, and it's a trap, and because the voices are evil. There's only one way to find out.
Right, there is only one way to find out. Let's go over to that beam of light and try to save our game.
I am Rurik of Rivia, and we shall do this.
Very
Yes.
well.
Worst case, you get to kill evil. Best case, you get to kill evil and find our friends.
Right, and just as you guys are getting ready to go, you notice a huge crate full of healing potions and a huge crate full of arrows. And
Who wants the DLC?
Does anyone need this box
I'm
of
going to break it
arrows?
open. Oh, look, they're all glowing individually on the ground.
It appears
Weird.
as though if you take
Scoop
the
them.
herb and you smash the herb down, you'll get an aerosol spray can. I'm not sure what that does, but I've
That's
seen it
odd.
before.
Weird.
join together. I'm a chemist.
Do either of you have Gwent decks? I'd like to play Gwent. My
don't.
father taught me.
I have 3 dragons anti.
Pish posh.
Bullshit.
Rubbish.
Can everyone else see the giant beacon of light?
Nope.
Or just Hezekiah losing his fucking mind?
Just Hezekiah.
So
he
everything's a
looks-
video game to him because he's a guide.
Right.
I love it.
Press
That's the
tab.
guidebook.
I could see. I could see an overlay of a map.
He sees a heads-up display. Yeah.
The sound gets real weird, and there's like a pulse that goes out from you, and you see things that are hidden. Oh, look, a dead canary. What?
All the bad guys show
The hell?
What is that smell?
Right.
Hezekiah, stop pausing. It's terrifying.
I smell
I just
Volos
open a notebook.
perfume.
Wherever
Is he lagging? What is going on?
Clipping.
Stutter.
Christ.
It appears as though the training ground is under that beacon of light. That seems to be very conveniently located just
Don't
there.
see him. There's
He
no
is
beacon of
seeing
light over
lights.
there.
He's hearing voices and seeing lights.
Good
It's
old
either a
time.
vision from on high or he is possessed.
Or he is maybe on high himself.
I am either high or possessed.
I get that one.
There
Yes,
is something
the joke
called a
about-
roach involved.
Right. Yes.
Well, let's follow him. If it is true, it is a vision on high, and we should listen to him. And if
Very
it's
well.
not true, we should kill him because he's possessed.
Yes, if this is
Wonderful.
the training ground, then everything I must have said up to this point was likely to be true.
Yes. Let's just do it
Yes.
already.
And he begins walking towards the beam of light.
Wonderful. Follow the guide.
So how are you guys going in? It's currently the three of you and Volo, who is reluctantly following.
Rurik's
Second
30
to
to 50 feet above at all times.
You're gonna fly?
Just like he does. He's just hovering like one person's height above.
Like an OP paladin.
Yeah.
Right.
just because he can.
But
Just like a show off.
just remember, he's not actually like floating like in a godlike. He's currently flapping to hover there.
Okay, thank God.
Because
yeah.
it's not. There's no way to do that and be cool.
Clang, 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 clang.
What the hell are you doing?
It's like a wind-up turkey. Okay, so as you guys are trying to stealth in, Hezekiah, you usually go off on your own whenever you realize.
Yeah, I'm kind of leading them, so I wouldn't be stealthing too much.
Okay. As you guys, okay, so I'll just explain to you as you walk in, you see what it looks like an arena of sorts. You see that there is, just like the rest of this sundered city, it's all in ruins. A couple of the columns, it's a smaller version, much smaller version of like a Roman Colosseum or the Colosseum. And as you walk in, it's a sand arena in what would be the floor surrounded by what used to be tiered seating or audience areas. And as you walk in, you notice that in the center, standing is the person that you just identified as Castra Karanak. And standing beside her is a relatively familiar companion. It seems her +1 has arrived in the form of Shadow Grob.
Hello.
Is that our friend down there?
Treachery. Told you. Treachery.
Is that not the woman who wants to kill you, Elsa?
She yells up, "Give me the old man, and I'll help you complete the ritual. We'll get you
Volo?
on it."
Volo, she's calling for you.
We're not gonna give you Volo.
I'm not old. You're old. Look how much older. You're noticeably older than I am.
I will protect Volo with my life. You will not have him.
I haven't known.
It's apparent I'm roguishly handsome.
I'm roguishly handsome.
You're
Roguishly.
just roguish. He's old. I'm roguishly handsome. It's an Arthur thing.
Right, who are you? Who did you want again?
We want you, Alizar.
Crap. Damn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can have him.
Shit.
You can have
All
him.
right. All right.
Take me in.
Take me now.
All right, so
What's the state of her wounds? Like, is she still cut up from our fight earlier, or is she like good now?
You see that the stains that the rapier made and that your slash marks made on her back through the white outfit remain, but she doesn't seem to be worse for wear in her face. She's not pained anymore. She doesn't appear to be bleeding. If you were a betting man or a paladin that understands healing magic, she is all healed up. Grob looks pretty okay too.
You two, I have a
before we
personal.
did.
If you
Greg, do
were
I
a Tibetan
recognize this
man.
Grob any more than anyone else does? As I saw Grob fight Shadow Grob one night while I was sleeping?
This looks like, it has all the telltale signs of Shadow Grob. The hair is slicked back. He has a goatee
parted
or
the
a
wrong
Fu
way.
Manchu. Right. Everything seems to be a little bad Nimoy about this whole setup. So yeah,
Gentlemen, do you
mustache.
recall what I said about Grob? I believe this
Yes,
is
treachery.
treachery. Doppelganger of Grog who is sent to murder us. Hence why he is with the one who wants to murder you. And I believe the mustachio and goatee makes it so that he wants to murder me.
yeah, the glasses are tinted.
That's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah.
He's going to assimilate us.
Did you hear that? He admitted that he wants to murder me.
Into my Borigog. Yeah.
I don't like anything he's saying with his mouth.
I don't know what those are.
So you do not
Oh,
plan to
soon
give
enough.
us Alizar?
Why do you have?
We just want the old man.
But why do you have
What?
anti-Grog?
Hey,
If I go over, then we won't have enough people to do the ritual. It still doesn't make sense.
We'll help you.
yeah, we'll
Wait.
help you.
Wait,
Help him.
anti-Grog.
Hey.
I don't like your voice.
I prefer
All the
Shadow
time.
Grob. Thank you very much.
I don't. rightly care. What have you done with regular Grob that was a nice gentleman?
He's dead.
Well, that's
What?
rude.
He's
May
dead.
not actually be dead. Because
Rurik's-
we know of it. This soulmonger is probably on his way to the soulmonger. We have to get to the soulmonger. We can stop his soul from reaching the soulmonger and getting devoured, so we can be fueling whatever the device it is that it is fueling.
You're overthinking
Yes,
this,
and
old
that's
man.
Souls to be mongered. Good.
Rurik's sword is coming out, and he's like, obviously, you did not know me after our last meeting. Hello, my name's Rurik, and I fight people, and I do not talk.
He's talking now.
Yeah, that's
No, he's pulling his sword
contradictory.
out, man. He's gonna go charge.
Volo turns to see the rest of you all, and he says, "Oh my God, we're going to do this? Let's roll some initiative."
Oh,
Wizard, do not let her get her hands back on that black hole ball thing.
You got it. No touchy the bally.
Has to be a
Just
gentle
keep it
touch.
bolsters.
Yes, no bad touches from you.
Softly,
lady.
softly, touchy bully. As I
Guys, we
believe,
can't-
the saying goes.
Yeah, you are killing it.
Thanks, man.
Chat, I have rolled 3 nat ones today. Please make it stop.
Uncrit
Yeah,
gaming.
well, I died, Mike. So fuck you.
Remember that time my character died from a cipher, Will? Remember? It wasn't even combat.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, that
Numenera,
sucked.
like
that was a
epi-
skill check.
like
And I
episode
died.
2 of Numenera.
Episode 2.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it might have been 3. It's good times.
To be fair, Will.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
I'll give it to you.
Classic
about
Kastra. Kastra
Okay,
on Ming
s-
action.
As you guys are circling one another, now Shadow Grob and the woman known as Castra Karanak, Grob in his shadowy state seems to be faster than the rest of you as he charges forward.
I rage because I've learned my lesson in depth.
Now you do it. Now you decide to do it.
And I will run for Hezekiah because in life, I wanted you dead. Hezekiah.
Well, maybe because he knows the secrets of Shadow Grob. He saw Shadow
Yeah, you know
Grob,
my
so he's like,
secrets.
"Oh."
Actually, I'm not Grob, so Grob never really wanted you dead. He was a loving, caring man, but I killed him. 20!
Does a
20, I believe, just hits me, yes.
Then the second attack is a 13.
The 13, however, misses.
Alright, so...
1d12 plus 3 plus your strength, Will.
Alright, which is... Oh, fuck, okay. 1d12 plus fucking 8. Woo! 12 damage. 14 damage, because I'm raging.
Yikes.
Did I roll this? I did.
Yes, you
Did I remember? No, you're just standing there, dude. You're just watching him die.
No, but touch the pole.
And so Grob runs up, smashes into Hezekiah with this what appears to be a long, thick, veiny, meaty bone, smashes it with the mushroom
There
top
you
of it.
go.
And Strider, you are up as Rourke watches a former friend, but a blasphemer, smash a current friend.
Rurik is going to. I can't just move the hunter, the mark around willy nilly, so I need to use another spell slot. I'm going to throw Hunter's Mark up on Shadow Grob, and then I am going to attack him with my magic sword.
My axe.
26. God damn it, 1 point off. 26.
Yep.
yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, that'll just about make it.
Okay, I'm going to remember the extra d6 this time, and I'm going to smite him. So the first swing
I'm
does
smitten.
18 damage. And of course, I'm not going to forget my extra attack again. 23. Does that hit?
It does.
Yep.
It should, anyway. Yeah.
And that's 11. And I need to get to add a +6 to them. Oh, 1d6.
I remembered my
so-
rage. I remember my rage.
Yeah, take half of all
18,
that. Will.
13, and I don't know how magic affects his resistance.
Not resistant to magic, so I should take a full 6.
Yeah. Well, you'll take the magic damage that would come through for the with the Hunter's Mark stuff, or
Well, I'm using a magic sword too. That +1, Great Sword of Heronius.
Oh yeah,
it's still considered slashing damage ultimately, though,
Okay.
right?
I don't know how that works, man.
It
It's
might
up
be
to the
from
DM.
non-magical attacks. Let's look up rage. I'm pretty sure it's from... What do I have? Do I have a relentless rage? I'm pretty sure I do.
You guys, if we kill Will, we get to run the stream for a day. So everyone team up against him.
Trust me, I do that normally. It's
Been there, done that. Don't ask to do that.
Given that a go before. Doesn't say anything about non-magic.
Yeah,
I don't know. If
let's stick with half for right now.
Whatever. I'm a fucking Shadow Lord. Kill me. You know.
Right. Right. Alizar, you are up as you see.
It's more interesting.
Yeah.
Nah, you die.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Don't kill me.
So I am going to immediately cast Hold Person on this lady.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
It is a. Is that a wisdom with a DC?
I don't know. I'm just gonna cast it and we'll see. Here it comes.
It says it is.
Look, see what happens.
One of you can feel the range of the paralyzed.
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving with your DC.
Wisdom, yep. My DC is 18.
Ooh. So she is going to
probably the most, like the quickest you guys ever see Alizar like cast anything. Kind of just like whips his hand because he's got his hand in his bag. He's been like this whole time kind of like gently caressing this giant bowling ball void marble in his bag. Because he's very interested in it. Even in the subconscious of him is just very interested in it. So even when he's talking, he just kind of has his arm in his bag. So he reaches out and with a snap of his arm, he just force holds her.
She freezes as she's looking at you, and you'll remember it. As Alizar does his thing, Hezekiah, you're
force
up.
Lightning.
Right.
She is paralyzed, right? So that makes it so that she can get advantage on her attacks.
Do it.
Do it. I'm going to disengage as a bonus action the hell away from Shadow Grob, and I'm going to leave him with Rurik, and I'm going to head over to this paralyzed person, and I'm going to sneak attack her with my Green Flame Blade Rapier.
It's an auto crit because she's frozen.
Oh, perfect. Then let me just do this to make it easier for myself.
Wow, that is a lot of damage coming from this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ka-chow! So here's the crit damage. So she is going to take 21 piercing damage plus another 18 damage from the sneak attack. So that's
39.
39. Plus she is going to take. Let's see here. Do this green flame. She is also going to take 3 fire damage from green flame. That didn't work. That didn't go as I planned at all. She's going to take 3 plus another 1d8. 1d8. She's going to take 9. So 9 more. So 31, so 40. She's going to take 40 damage.
Nice.
It's 39.
Okay.
There's 39
Yes.
plus 9.
Yep. 39 plus 9. Really? Holy shit.
So
39 plus 9 is 48. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have. So, okay, so you run up, and this time, no pretense, as the blade, you actually get into her side and go out the opposite side as she stays frozen.
Yes.
As you run the rapier completely through her abdomen. And as it pops out the back, you actually see the back of her cloak tent and then pierce through as the diamond blade pierces, and you pull it back out, leaving a kind of a green trail, and you stop with a flourish as she takes one for the team, so to speak. Hezekiah, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
That's it. That was a move, bonus, and an action. I'm tapped out.
Okay, so Miss Karanok would get her turn, but she's frozen and she fails again. So back up to Shadow Grob for the beginning of round 2.
Go! Let's see. Well, Hezekiah's gone, so I guess we hit Rurik in the face a bit. Yeah!
Yeah. What's going on? I don't know.
I don't know, I'm fucking Shadow Grob! I'm Shadow Grob! 13.
Oh man, I never wanted to hear that. I never wanted to hear that.
13 and 13. Unluckiest of numbers.
Your fists hit his armor, but do not hurt him.
My meat can't penetrate your armor. I just slap.
I'm wearing protection.
I slap aimlessly with my my veiny meat, and it just kind of covers you in a thin coating of fat.
Rorik's diaphragm of metal is able to deflect it as it keeps him from being penetrated by your power. Grob, do you have anything else you want to do?
That's literally what I wanted to do. It's all I've ever wanted to do, if I'm quite honest.
Right.
It's a dream fulfilled.
Cross it off.
Fly on air. Bucket list, done.
Right. Okay, so you're just going to stay toe-to-toe, nothing else happening?
I think if he moves, he dies, so...
Right. Rorik, you are up, sir.
I'm going to use that nat 20 from Lauren earlier
There
today.
it is.
Do I roll double damage for Hunter's Mark? Because I do for
Your
everything
dice
else.
will damage. Your dice will double, yeah.
Yep.
Your
Yeah,
dice
yeah,
will
that's what I meant.
damage.
Okay, sick. Well, with my nat 20, I roll a 53.
Oh,
Sweet baby
mackerel.
Jesus.
Look at that. Woo. Not quite, okay, not quite as impressive as
you
Lauren's
hit-
114 earlier today, but nonetheless, very impressive.
You hit like a heathen. Let me show you how it's done.
I can be.
It helps at all. That's
I'm
my
like,
only health.
can I be like fucking Palpatine at this point?
So, okay, you got hit. Now, is this with your rage going on? Is this enough to take you out, Shadow Grob?
Actually, 27, right?
A lot
is
of
half
that's
of
smitey,
that.
and I don't know how any of that works.
Yeah, there's a
so
lot
that's
of
up to
math
you
going
guys.
on there. Do you want me to just half the number, or I can take the 53 and I'll definitely be dead for 53?
No, let's just half it. Let's
All
just half
right,
it for
20
right now, 'cause-
plus. All right, Shadow Grob. Shadow Grob is dead. Yeah. Why? Oh, dead by 3.
Okay.
Even in half?
Even in half, yeah. The 27 plus 17 is like 43, right? 40.
Fucking smited.
Yeah.
As
Smote.
you have been
Smote his
smoted.
ruin
Smote
upon
hellacious.
the mountainside.
So as
Gets
Shadow
died twice
Grob
today.
gets wrecked by Rorik, as Rorik, divinely inspired by the goddess Lauren, as he carves through Shadow Grob. Shadow Grob drops to the ground. His life essence and irregularly parted hair and coyish goatee splatter to the bottom of the sandy pit, while several miles away in a freshly dug grave, Grob sits straight up, and the necklace on his the necklace with the crystal around his neck from the village of Salu shatters as he comes back to life, probably without any possessions to speak of, but you have 1 hit point.
Oh my.
That felt good. I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to do that.
It's the beginning to arc happening to Grob right now.
I am the beginning. I am the Alpha and the Omega. The beginning and the end.
Grob and the Borg.
Wait, you've been waiting to kill Grob? I only just found out he wanted to kill me just moments ago. It's terrifying.
Okay, so Rorik, that is, I'm assuming, the end of your little thing. And
I didn't
Al-
take any movement, so I'm going to go sprinting towards the lady, but yes.
Okay, yeah,
that's
you
all
sprint
right.
into Caster Karanok and Alizar. It is your turn. You currently have her held, which is concentration. Anything else you would like to do?
Can she speak?
She can grit her teeth. Yes.
Well, I'm going to keep the concentration here. And I guess just hold her. What is concentration is a... What
For
save am I
one-
making here?
It's 1 minute. As long as you don't take any damage, you don't have to do anything.
Oh, sweet.
Yep. And she is held until she makes a wisdom save.
What is this here?
And I kind of just like, with one hand, I like flash the marble that is in the bag. This giant void sphere.
What is this here?
She grits through her teeth, and you can see that she's trying to smile, but the muscle around her mouth isn't firing quite the way it should.
All right.
And she says, "It's a daughter of entropy."
Very well. And who sent you?
You
don't remember who we're working for, do you?
Remind me.
You'll meet him soon enough.
And her eyes kind of move to Hezekiah, who's standing with the blood dripping off of the green flame rapier.
Do it, rogue.
It is
I
your
look
turn,
to,
Hezekiah.
Do it,
I look
bitch.
to Alazar. This is going to go in further, yes?
There goes that softball.
I know. Yes, again.
Off it goes.
Right. No. I have something else for her.
And he approaches, and he
Okay,
puts his other.
We're still in combat order, so if Hezekiah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
you're skipping your
Right.
turn?
Can I delay? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can delay until, what are you delaying for? If she makes her save, or?
I'm delaying until whatever Alazar does is done.
Okay, so Alazar, you are done your action. Hezekiah is, or actually Alazar, if you're talking to her and Hezekiah is holding, you get your chance to do an action, bonus action, or movement up to her. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up to her.
And you do have an action, provided it's not a concentration spell, you're good.
Provided it's not a concentration spell.
Or you can drop the hold and do it.
Oh, I'm going to cast sleep on her.
Okay, so you get to roll your dice for that. And if she is at a point where it will take hold, I'll let you know.
I'm gonna cast at level 2. So 23. Does she have more than 23 attack? Is that how it works?
28.
28. Sorry, magic.
Yep,
Magic
she,
and math.
She does, but you see her kind of nod for a second, but she's still being held, as sleep is not concentration to my knowledge. So
Yeah, and then I pull the hold off.
are you going to pull the hold off? She's still awake.
Oh,
Yeah, she kind of went for a second, then her eyes snap back open. And she smiles, that kind of twisted, forced
yeah. I
smile
keep holding
again.
her. I keep holding her.
Okay. Hezekiah, are you going to do anything?
Yeah, it seems like Alazar failed to do whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that was all Alazar needed. All Hezekiah needed.
Okay.
So yeah, so some of this happens. So that's, hold on, let me just do all of the numbers at the same time. There's just too many of them, guys. So that is 13 plus 16 is 29 plus another 6 is 35.
So
Not
again,
as big
you,
as 53.
Listen, if this were a sword measuring contest, I would surely lose.
yours is thin.
And diamond.
Right. Fancy. Okay, so as you again retract and drive it home, this time on the opposite side, as she grits her teeth, do you have anything else you would like to do? Bonus or movement?
That's it. That's it. I just run her through again in a new hole.
She fails her saves again. You guys, you have another round. If you would like to try something else, it zips through. Rorik, you're first up here. You have her held. We'll take the round orders as she does get a save at the end of each of her rounds, but she's held and you guys can basically kill her at will until it's her turn. But I need to know what you guys do at each 6-second interval. Rorik, what would you like?
Rurik gives them a warning and says, be careful, you know, she can heal from that rather quickly. He's gonna hold his action, not until Hezekiah, or not until the wizard tries something, but if she moves at all, like if she seems like she can break through, he's going to attack.
Okay, so you're holding for to see if she does anything.
Yeah.
Alazar, what would you like to try, if anything? Are you just holding this? You have any questions to ask her?
I hope you go to a place where you forget everything and have to fight you for your life to get it all back.
Then I cast Banishment.
Ooh, nice. Well, as she is held, go ahead and rock and roll. She doesn't have to. What's a wisdom save for that one as well, right?
It is
Charisma.
a charisma of 18.
She disappears.
Yep,
You see
as he
kind of
just-
a helix appear around as she turns kind of Phantom Zone-ish, and you see her spin and vanish.
Very well.
So I kind of dust myself off and then kind of just start to slowly slump it back into Kuki Halazar.
Right. So, was that Grob?
Yes, I believe it was an evil demigod.
Oh, that's odd.
Does that mean I still need to kill the real one too?
I mean, he must be
don't-
nearby.
I'm not sure, but perhaps.
Yeah, perception checks from everybody.
Perception?
Yep. Jesus, Alazar, coming alive.
Does Rurik finally get to see something?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
come on.
those are all fucking fantastic. Okay, so yeah, you guys, within just a few moments, you realize that there is an antechamber off of this, which probably was kind of an entrance area at one point for either combatants or audience. You're not really sure because the tunnel's collapsed about 10 or 15 feet into it. There you find Artist Simber, Dragonbait, and Azaka as they are tied and bound and heavily beaten. And it appears that Artist Simber is -1 hand.
Artist was the human dude, right?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Rurik's gonna use his final spell slot to run up and start curing wounds on the handless dude.
Okay. Just give me a base of what are you giving him just lay on hands, or are you doing a cure wounds on him?
He's doing a cure wounds, but just I don't need to actually roll it if you don't want me to.
No, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he comes awake and he has enough where you've stabilized him, and they all appear to be like heavily beaten. None of them appear to be afflicted with the death curse, though, like Raven was. So as they wake up, Artist is pulled up and he says,
We need to complete the ritual.
as he's kind of like binding the stump that was his hand.
You
Well, it
are
appears
single-minded, aren't you?
We don't have enough hands.
We have enough.
Azaka holds up hers, and Dragonbait holds up his.
We've got 4. Let's do the same thing again. You do the 2 at the north of the city. We'll get these 2.
Don't we have to do this tomorrow morning?
Yes, come back to the tower and rest with us, please.
He kind of looks around, not realizing exactly what time of day is it as he is inside this area, and you guys are able to get him back to the tower.
Oh,
If that's what you
wait,
decide to do.
I have this for you. Not sure what it's going to do, but here.
And he hands him back his hand.
He looks at it.
Alright.
Thanks. He kind of takes it and,
At least I could.
tucks it in his belt.
He casts lay on hands.
Okay, so you guys get back to the tower, and at this point, Grob Prime, if that was where you were told to make your way should anything happen, and as it is in the middle of the night in the Sundered City, we'll say that you've had a tough day, and you are able to make it back there.
Yeah, like broken glasses because he's been in a fight with like a Triceratops, and hair completely bedraggled, cuts all over his shirt, dirt all over him from where he's been in the grave, and like still worms coming out of his hair and his ears and stuff. Grog stumbles back in. You guys.
Did Shadow Grob leave a body?
Yeah.
That was brought back to the tower as well with all of his belongings and eyeglasses and whatnot. Grob, I killed you, and you're naked. What's going on?
I'm.
God, where are your clothes?
Yeah, I don't know, actually. I was buried. Real weird. So we was in that place with Rurik's dad, and then I suddenly teleported out on top of my own grave, and out comes Shadow Grob again. You know that one, the other guy, that real dickhead, who's like
right
me.
here. I have him. I murdered him.
Oh, good lad. And he was like, I need to take control again. I said, no, I am Grob Prime. And he said, there can only be one. And we ended up in this big Highlander-style duel. And he beat me to death with this massive slab of meat. This meat shank, if you will. And,
oh, yes, it's right here. We
yeah, beat me to death with that. Fell into my grave. And then I was in for a bit. Yeah, I was in the consciousness of Shadow Grob because there must always be a Grob. That's kind of a rule of thumb that we got. And then when I was him killing you, when you killed me, who was him, who was I, myself ended up back in my grave, and I woke up again, naked and alone. The same way I was born, actually. Well, the fear had mostly gone. It changed into confusion. And
that is the first time since I've gotten to this island someone has made sense when they spoke. Rob, one last question. How do you feel about Heronius?
Oh, he's a nice guy. You know all that stuff I was saying before? I renounce all that.
Oh, yes, that was the shadow evil one.
No, not one more question. I have a more important one. Ish. You wanted to kill me as Shadow Grob. I was told that you may want to still kill me. Yes or no?
No, not really, no.
Well, all right then.
Cool.
You may, of course, insight him.
Grob winks at the camera.
Yeah.
No, Hezekiah likes regular Grob, so he just trusts him.
Okay.
Good. Put your clothes on then.
You got him? You got any?
Well, you have to rip them off of the dead one. There's a big hole in his chest.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no worries. It's just from the meat.
Yeah. Shadow Grob's got like a turtleneck, whereas normal
Grob
has like a deep V.
Yeah, yeah. That makes a lot of sense now. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell someone's evil. Dark turtle.
Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Grob Prime has the turtleneck and Shadow Grob is the deep unbuttoned V. Right?
Is that bit
Can't tell anymore.
In Rick and Morty? That's my fucking eye just turns into a robot. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, it's good to be back, you guys, again. Real good.
Right, it's good to have you back.
Did we? Oh, he's lost his hand. Oh dear. Sorry about that, Artus.
Technically, his hand was removed. I gave it back to him. It's not lost. It's right there.
Oh, he found it again.
Yes, he gave him a hand.
Turned up and lost and found.
Right.
So, did we do the whole mechanism thing? There went to be 4 of them, and then one of them didn't go off.
Yes, we had the quest. The quest to go get the hand.
So we
did the hand job.
We did the hand job. That was a quickie.
Yes.
And well, satisfying, I suppose, in a way. And then tomorrow we got to do it all over again.
Right.
Such as the
just the
such
towers.
So is life.
Right. We just have to work the towers in the morning. You know, normal stuff.
It's the perpetual hand job.
Well, I'm telling you, when I came back around from the grave again, talk about morning wood. Oh, that's like a lot of mornings all put together.
Right.
Morning MOURN. Right.
Grob, grab your big throbbing ham meat. Grab your throbbing shaft for the hand job.
My hand meat, yes, all right. I slap it in my hand.
Ham unit. That was the one I was looking for.
Its weight is comforting.
The cam unit.
Right. Forevermore, this weapon's name is hand job. Right.
Ham job.
Ham job. Write that down. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Do we have a ham job on us?
Do we have a minute to sit around the campfire and talk, or?
I've got a minute for you. Yeah, penny for your
All
thoughts.
right.
Now.
Yeah, you've got a second. You guys can do the at dawn. You can fire up the device and hopefully make your way to.
Good, for I have 2 questions.
At dawn we ride.
Dawn.
First, what do you all make of your necklaces. I've seemed to have lost mine.
At quarter
I
past.
had a crystal, and now my crystal is gone.
I just figure it wouldn't sound so cool if it was like at 6:15 we ride. At 7:30 for 8 we leave. All right, sorry. Rice Ball donates £6. Let's see. Let's bring in a gorilla that attempts to steal one of the player's backpack, and let's give it advantage. We don't have to do that.
Tries to steal their backpack?
Steal my backpack. I just got my shit back, Rice Ball. I just fucking died twice.
Is it steal Rob's or steal someone's?
It's someone's, yeah.
Okay.
Someone's backpack. I say, my necklace. Do I still have a necklace on?
You have a chain, but
Yeah.
the crystal is shattered.
Crystal shattered on this.
Yes, mine is shattered as well.
Did that all happen at the same time?
Mine shattered when I fell in combat days ago.
Hezekiah, you would notice that you have your crystal and it's still whole.
Maybe it's when you die.
Mine's quite fine.
Maybe we should smash it.
Wizard, do you have a crystal?
No.
Alizar was not with you when you received them.
Oh fuck! Not original crew. Too much Annihilation. You got fucked.
I don't have one of the crystals. I'm not a pro.
You weren't there in episode 1 with all the exposition and all the safety mechanisms in place. Now you're screwed, mate.
Oh, yes.
Well, I still got mine, but it's shattered, and Ruik's got his and it's shattered, and Mike's got his.
I guess we break Mike's.
I mean Ming.
Who's Mike?
Sorry, I mean Ming. Sorry, my bad.
What?
Who the fuck is Mike?
My mistake. Ming is
Well,
always.
Listen, if I were to make an astute curiosity follow,
What's your
Alizar,
partner,
you
my
may
ass?
weigh in as you may. I believe
What?
you fell in battle. You no longer have a crystal. You fell in battle. You no longer have a crystal. I am awesome at battling. I still have a crystal.
It's
Can I
some
borrow
type
your
of death
crystal?
ward, yes.
Can I borrow your crystal?
Yes. No, you may not.
Yeah, you can take his.
Try it. Just try it on for a bit.
Okay, so Grog,
I
let's
mean,
not
I'm
die
the most
again.
likely of dying soon anyway. Look,
So let's make sure that we's don't die.
Let's make a promise right now. Let's die later.
Yes.
Not now.
That's not how that works. That's not how any of that works. You can't choose not to die.
there's your crystal.
I've done it before.
Actively avoid death to the
At
best of your ability.
all times. I've been there, done that. Got the t-shirt. Well, I've got his t-shirt again.
Wait a minute, Grubagus,
yeah.
I have good news for you.
Oh dear.
Do you recall when Raven brought us to see the elderly man and he touched our faces?
Oh yeah, that old guy who kept touching me.
Right.
Yeah, Raven's
Yes, he
dead.
did.
That's the good news.
Well, that's not good news. Raven
Oh,
is
Raven's dead. Okay.
She asked me to kill her
Hezekiah
She
killed
was-
her.
Why? Why did she
because
ask?
she asked me to.
Why'd she say
We
that?
don't
not
know
sure.
if she asked him to. He might be lying.
But the good part is, before she asked me to kill her, she told me that I alone am the one that can stop the soulmonger. Great thing I still have my bead. And he tucks it back into his shirt.
Wait. The good
Jealous.
news is that you still got yours.
I have mine, and also I am the one person that can kill the soulmonger that you and I were sent to kill.
All right.
Yes,
Oh dear. That
which
is.
means keep me alive, please,
That is
so I may kill
news.
him.
All right. We'll keep you alive until we get there, and then you can kill him. And
Yes.
then there's probably all to play for. Let's be honest.
And if he comes back, then I get to kill him.
Kind of a
I
finale.
call second
yeah.
dibs.
Kind of a finale, if you will. Yeah. All right.
That brings me to my second point, friends.
Christmas.
I need emotional support. I need help.
What with?
What?
Not like your
well,
dad-
my-
It's not like your dad died. Oh,
Well, precisely.
he did.
Something strange though. He's the man that raised me and taught me of religion and made me to the handsome, strong, amazing, best paladin ever I am today.
Mhm.
And when he died, I felt bad. Like, it should be a day of celebration, of course, but I do not feel like celebrating.
What do you mean bad? How bad? Like a oh, I'm about to get eaten by something bad, or more of a oh,
Like Hezekiah
oh,
keeps crying.
Hezekiah.
It's all over my.
Yeah.
Hezekiah keeps crying and it keeps getting all over my face bad.
Yeah, like a
I
oh,
have
Ming's
done
here
that.
again, kind of bad. Okay. Well, it sounds like you're just going through some counselings, and some griefs, and you got some grievous heart injuries around your heart because of the griefs. Wouldn't you say that, Alazar?
Right, yes, I would.
Yeah. And he does science, so
yes.
he should know.
Whatever he's...
So maybe, did you have a funeral for him? That's like what we do in my culture.
Yes, I caught him on fire.
Oh,
God.
Okay, was he alive at the time? Why I
I'd
ask?
like to know. I would like to know why your father was a dwarf and you are merely not a dwarf.
Define father, friend. The man who raises you and puts you in armor and teaches you to kill undead for Heronius. Father.
Oh, he was a priest. He was your priest.
Oh, right.
No,
right,
certainly
I
not. He was not a priest.
understand. Oh.
Did he touch
Were
you
you
at the
adopted? You must have been.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. Well, did you say any words about him? Because that could be saying, if he was alive now, what would you have wanted to say to him?
Right, if he was in the room and not being sunk into
Let's roleplay. I am your father.
I got this.
I am your father.
This is weird. Can I be my father?
Much lower to the ground.
Not in this scenario. You can't be both you and your father. That's weird.
Well, you be Rurik, then, and I'll be my father.
I'll be the soulmonger.
No. All right, I'll be your father. You be Rurik. You be the soulmonger, and Hezekiah, you be Ming. All right. So son. That's a little bit distracting. Son.
I'll keep it down.
What kind of voice do you have? You got a Scottish voice, isn't he?
Yes, like all dwarves.
Like all dwarves. All right. Son, what is it you want to say to me?
Rob, that was impressive.
Thank you. I am a surprising talent.
Quite disturbing.
Rob's last name is Conley.
Jim.
Grobik is calling me.
Keeps happening, don't know why.
Hello. Oh, look at you.
Father, you certainly hope you die well, because then you'll be in the afterlife. I'll be here alone, without guidance or help, anyone to look after me, as we planned.
Hey, I'm gonna miss you. I'm just spitballing here. I'm gonna miss you. Real bad, little Ruri.
Oh, that's what he used to
little
say.
Ruru. Little Rudolph.
And is it wrong to miss someone if they're in a better place?
No, not at all. You still got all the good memories of me, don't ya? That time that I took you killing those guys. And
You killed them all.
that's right. And that time that I killed that woman in a tragic bar accident. And that trampolining accident gone horribly wrong.
Rurik will collapse on Grob. His whole armor, all of him, is hundreds of pounds of weight, and start sobbing into Grob's the crook of his shoulder, his neck right here. Daddy.
It's okay. Everything's gonna be alright.
Thank you, Grob. That is precisely what I needed. I am ready to slay evil again.
It's okay to hurt.
And Rorik, as you are...
All right, come here. Hug me.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
As you guys have this cathartic moment,
Then I devour him.
Rorik, just as you're feeling a little bit better, your comrades and the campfire of wartime has kind of helped you ease your soul a bit. just as you're ready to turn in for the evening in preparation for tomorrow's ritual, you do hear the lingering voice of your father as he says, "We'll see you.
See ya.
In the halls of Heronius.
In the halls of Heronius.
I'll save you a seat."
Save you a seat.
And then you also hear the sound of the soulmonger.
Look at Greg trying to like salvage any meaning out of this, like whatsoever.
Dude, I'm giving up.
Also, it gets better though, because rice board lays £5. Let's bring in an Almiraj to comfort Rurik, which is like a little Forgotten Realms bunny, apparently.
Bunny with a unicorn horn.
Bunny unicorn.
Okay, who did that rice ball?
Rice ball.
You will see that next week, top of next week, as we are ending it this week. And believe me, the Gorillon and the Almiraj will show up at the top of next episode. But I think that is the perfect place to end it this week, Will.
You're welcome, Greg.
I couldn't agree less. We need to continue this scene forever. Oh, my Lord.
That felt good. Now this time I'll be daddy.
Jesus, man.
That is so silly. Man, well, thank you guys so much for joining us again for another episode 8, or Grub died once, died again, and now is back, and now is role-playing as Rurik's mom.
His dead.
His dead
Who died?
dad. Who died this
Role-play
episode.
in a role-play.
Oh, man, yeah. It's a whole thing. Well, thank you guys for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, hit that follow button and join us, of course. Let us know what your favorite moment was from today's show. We'll be back again. Tomorrow, I'll be on Arvanello's channel at 12 p.m. Eastern playing some adventures in Middle-earth. And I don't think we've got a long march tomorrow because Josh is still moving house. But we will be back on Wednesday with Call of Cthulhu at 1 p.m. Eastern as well on this channel. Let's go round the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Let's start with Greg.
I actually have an emergency. And I gotta get going.
Emergency, Strider.
So yeah, thanks, Greg. Great game as always. I'll be here next week.
All
I
right.
appreciate it, you guys. Catch me on Twitter, Strider Team. I appreciate it. I'll see you
play,
all
buddy.
next week. Thank you.
See you in a bit. Bye bye.
Hey, buddy.
All right, all the cameras are fucked. So let's
Yay.
just put up the image of Ming to remind ourselves of what we need.
Right. The ethereal, spooky voice of Greg, GrimJack21502 on
Yep.
Twitch and Twitter. I love doing this show with the help of the 9 Trickster Gods, as I promised to kill Will. I did it. And now next week, I promise to get some semblance of the actual story back in line. We're close, guys. We're really close to getting the story back online. We'll get it there. You will be able to see me, as Will spoke, obviously here 4:30 to 7:30, doing a little bit of the D&D Tomb of Annihilation, and on Wednesday from 1 to 4 where it's at, doing the original Call of Cthulhu as we do the Masks of Nair, blah, 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 or whatever it's called. Normally you'll see me on Wednesdays on Unmade Gaming's channel, Mike's channel, from 8 to 11, doing some Blades in the Dark, which is awesome. And then on my own channel on Sundays from 7 to 9, doing some Pulp Cthulhu action. And just so you can send me out of here, Myth, let me hear that sound one more time, man. I'm out. I love you guys. Oh, drinks to Isreaver and Rice Ball, guys.
Ming, take us out. Mike, what it
I'm
was.
so uncomfortable with what I'm watching on screen right now. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm more uncomfortable with what's happening.
I think it's an improvement. I love the nose. Oh my god, the nose is perfectly synced. Oh my fucking god, that's terrifying. Holy fucking hell, that's terrifying.
And this is the most uncomfortable I've ever been on this channel, and that's saying something, guys. Fighting on the channel, it's saying a lot. But I am Mike. I am Unmade Ming. You can find me at Unmade on all other things. Soon to be Unmade Ming. On all gaming-related things, where we play the American version of whatever Will calls what he does here on Twitch. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do that. And Myth, since you're now at least 1/3 of my face, feel free.
I don't know what to say or do. Hello, my name is Dithematic. I am an RP streamer here on Twitch. I like to roleplay in different video games. I also play tabletop roleplay here on my channel, over on my channel, twitch.tv/Mythematic.
Incredible, incredible. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today for this stream. We'll see you guys again next week. for more D&D. I'll be on tomorrow. It's so real. I've created a monster, chat.
The picture is so emotive.
I've created.
This thing has so many legs, man. It's gonna be here for so.
Fucking hell. Alright guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye. Thank you everyone. I need to stop before I go too far. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. Holy shit.